Hey everybody, welcome to the Night Out Lounge.
It's Night Owl Lounge.
It is?
It's Friday again.
Oh no.
Oh, hey, welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. It looks like not everybody melted today.
Yeah, happy Friday.
Yeah. Happy Friday. Friday, Friday, Friday.
That's supposed to be the on the radio they used to do the races.
Yeah.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So hopefully you guys are keeping cool. It's miserable here. Oh, yeah. No. Hey, Robert. I was going to say Australia people. Yeah, they're nice and cold. They're wintertime. Welcome in, Robert. There's Carrie. There's Pops. Pops, aren't you supposed to be in bed?
Can't be in bed when you're a night owl.
Oh, now where'd my mouse go? Okay. All right. We got Blazer, Goatcha. All right. Start out with a goat. We got Robert. We got Carrie. Roger, Carrie, Gemini, Mahala. We got Sandra. Mahala, Pops, Roger. There was Gemini. Amber was in here. I think that was about the daddy. Welcome in, the daddy. I think that's everybody.
Oh, we got Christy came in.
Christy and Harold.
I see Christy.
All right, Christy and Harold. Whoop, whoop. Welcome in.
Mad Pax.
Mad Pax. Welcome in, Mad Pax.
I think that's the new one, so I don't know if anybody else has popped in.
All right. Oh, my goodness, we got 23 already. Usually it's a little bit before everybody strolls in. So, yeah, welcome in, everyone. I know it's hot here. It's hot all over. And what did we say? The heat index got to 113 here, and it was unbelievable.
Yeah, it was warmed it out today.
Very thick air. You cannot breathe at all. So hopefully, yeah, we're supposed to have a cool front come in. We're supposed to be dropped down to 80 degrees.
Yeah.
Still warm, but
I'll take it. 10 degrees, 15 degrees cooler. I'll take it.
Not like the last few days. It was bad. Well, it was 10 o'clock this morning. It was already 107. And I went, oh, great. This is going to be a fun day. Blazer's not hot there anymore. He's got a huge storm going on. We got a chance tomorrow, right?
Yeah, late tonight. It was supposed to be late tonight and all tomorrow. So hopefully I think that's what's going to cool us down and maybe get move the smoke away. We haven't really got a lot of smoke, but we got some. Other places got a lot of smoke compared to us.
Pop said that's why he's not in bed. He can't breathe. I tried for 3 hours last night. I ended up getting a sinus attack. You can tell my voice is kind of gone today. I'm coughing again. We've had a weird fog the last few nights also. Not too much smoke yet. But yeah, I woke up this morning with sinus issues and I don't like taking medicine. I had to take medicine. And so, yeah, and it's not allergies. I mean, well, it is allergies, but I just could not breathe last night. There's something wrong with the air, people. I just feel bad for the animals.
Yeah, especially the ones that out there in it all the time.
Oh, he's got broken branches and pine cones all over the place.
Wow.
Yeah, we could use some rain. Our ground's starting to crack.
There's Harold.
There's Harold. Yeah, everyone's having a hard time. The air is more thick than normal. And it's just, I mean, you cannot breathe out there at all. And I just seemed like my nose, my sinuses were just kind of swollen and it was miserable. So yeah, I ended up getting up out of bed after 3 hours of tossing and turning and laid down for 2 hours this afternoon. So I'm working on 2 hours of sleep here.
All right.
Even in the air conditioning, it's just miserable. Blech. And welcome in, Charles. and Christy and Harold. Harold, I hope you're starting to feel better. Everyone's dealing with aches and pains, and everyone just needs to go out and get a new mattress, right?
Yeah, I think so. Now I need the dog to quit pushing on me.
Mm-hmm.
Dog lays on my lap in the chair, and then she pushes up against me, and I think I sit and lay in weird positions when she's there.
Well, she was pushing on me about pushing me off the bed, and then when she finally flopped on your side, my back was already starting to hurt, and I couldn't breathe, and it was 3 hours tossing and turning. I said, "Heck with it!" I got up at 7:30 this morning.
The Blazer blend.
Yeah, the Blazer blend. Oh my. So yeah, I think the dog was pushing up against my lower back, and
oh.
So then I went, okay, I feel icky. I just said, heck with it. Get up. So if I look rough, yeah, I've had 2 hours of sleep this afternoon. Woke up to a steak sandwich from the fair.
Yeah. I ventured out today to go check out a electric bike for our son. Went over there and looked at the grandson's bicycle. The chain was coming off and the wheel was kind of loose, so we had to straighten that out.
Yeah, I bet he was happy.
Oh, for a while.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I think it loosened back up, so I should just bring it over here where I have the tools and I can just make sure it's right. But
right.
Then came home, then later went out to the fair and got us some food.
Yeah, he braved the crowd. If anybody was over in the 24/7 the last couple hours, yes, we had our demolition derby tonight. You're hearing the cars rawr, 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 and just hitting each other, and the crazy siren that they have going on out there. And you might be able to hear the rock band, because I think that starts at 10 or 11.
Yeah, I think they'll probably have a beer garden and a rock band tonight, or
half the town. Band. Yeah, half the town's going to be in the beer tent tonight listening to the rock band that they have. So the demos should be almost done. And if we don't get too bad of storms, tomorrow night's the truck and tractor pull. And yes, you can hear those on our camera. Oh my goodness, those things are loud.
Well, you could hear the concert last night.
Yeah, you can hear the concert last night. That was pretty good. They had a big crowd. Did you see your niece's picture?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, there was a big crowd last night for that concert. And I still don't remember who he is. Some famous country singer. I don't know who he was. There was somebody famous.
Yeah, they've been having some, I don't know if it's stadium people, that fill out stadiums, but maybe he does a circuit around the US and stuff. So he's pretty famous. I was going to say maybe not an A-lister, but he's getting there.
Welcome in, Sandman. Or Michigan, whatever he wants to call you. So yeah, this little town enjoys our county fair and how loud it gets, and it is so horribly hot, that nobody really wants to get out there. We haven't even checked out the other food tents. We just go straight to the FFA, and if you don't know what that is, that's Future Farmers of America. Yeah, so we support our local little future farmers, and they're out there grilling fresh. So we usually go there and support them. And you hear horror stories about some of the other food places. But it's just been too hot.
So we got a pork chop last night. Tonight we had the ribeye sandwich. So I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow night.
Yeah, we might check out the other stands. Maybe it'll be a little bit cooler tomorrow night.
Of course, they're supposed to be frying chicken downtown, so I don't know.
Oh, that's right. We might have to do our Saturday chicken. Yeah, that's true. And avoid the truck and tractor pull crowd. The Saturday night is pretty peoply in the fair. Peoply. Pretty peoply. 92 in Texas.
Well, that's pretty cool for you guys.
I'm not sure what our actual temp was. I think it was 99, 98. And then the heat index was 113. Something like that.
I don't know.
So miserable.
I don't know. I didn't think it was too bad out. I mean, it was a little warm and hot in the sun, but I was fine until I came back home and got in the air conditioning. Then it's like, oh my gosh. But if I just stay outside, I'm fine.
Indian tacos. What's Indian tacos? I've never heard of Indian tacos. Hey, Bud Files, too. Welcome in.
Yeah,
I don't think I missed anybody. There's Bud Files, and I got Michigan Sandman.
Yeah, Scott McCready.
Yeah, Scott McCready and Taylor something and Cody Collins. Colkins.
So if you guys have heard of those country acts, then that's the kind of entertainment they have at our fairs. So far, every year for I don't know how long now, they've been having some pretty well named country acts, or sometimes they'll do a rock band, but usually it's always country.
It's usually Friday, Saturday night. They have a rock band in the beer tent, and so they always pick country for the big giant concert night. And then tomorrow, I'm pretty sure ESPN still comes in here and films. And if you ever watch, truck and tractor pulls online, you'll see our tiny little town on the nationals. They used to have the real big ones, but they kind of took them out. But there's still the national truck and tractor pull.
Yeah, so they get, depending on how they qualify and how they do in tractor pulls here, they get points for their national score. So they still film it. They don't do it live anymore. They used to do it live, but now it's on a. You'll see it in a month or a couple of weeks. It'll be on ESPN, one of the sports channels.
Yeah, they found our fair, and it was a perfect location for all the semis, and we had plenty of parking for all the semis, and they just fell in love with this location and decided to keep coming here. I mean, it was going on before we were married. So, I mean, I think we've had it like 24, 25 years now, I think, that we've had the truck and tractor pulls now.
So Christy said Indian tacos is fried bread tacos.
Ooh, I would like that.
Fry bread's really good.
Oh, yeah. Broken taco on a bag. Tacos on flatbread. Oh, that does sound good.
Yeah, now the walking tacos is where you open up like a bag of Doritos and crush it, and you put the meat and the cheese and tomatoes and all the taco ingredients inside of it.
Yeah, inside a little bag, and
usually you get a spoon. And we just had tacos the other night too, didn't we?
Yeah,
sometime Tuesday night or some.
I think it was Tuesday. Yeah, I think it was
went down for Taco Tuesday at the local place, and
yeah, you wanted to go to the fair, and I said it wasn't open yet because you gotta wait till Wednesday.
What the heck?
Because they start Sunday and then they have a 2-day break. They get the queen pageant and the little kid pageant done Sunday. Then there's a 2-day break, and then it starts Wednesday. And now it's stinking hot. I haven't even walked in the chickens to see the chickens yet.
Could have went tonight.
I was sleeping, remember? I had to get at least 2 hours. Oh my gosh, if I didn't lay down, I'd be really looking funny tonight. Everybody would be worried about me. I had to at least get a couple hours of sleep. Darn weather.
Oh, Carrie used to work at Frito-Lay's. That'd be awesome.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what?
She's crying at Blazer. If you order 2 Indian tacos, is it a double fry?
A double fry?
Oh. Blazer, thanks for the laughs.
I think I had a slide about Cheetos. See if I got it.
Why would you have a slide of Cheetos?
I had a weird thing I found the other day, and I don't know if I saved it or not, about Cheetos. Makes me wonder if I actually saved it.
You probably saved it. You save everything.
I know. I tried to. Because I know once you see it, you try to go back and find it, you'll never find it again. Let's see. Let me go through a couple of them real quick. See if I can find it and I'll bring it up. Yep, there it is. I found it already.
All right. Dum dum dum. Are we ready?
Might as well start off with some Cheetos.
You don't know what he's going to pull up.
So there you go. In the 1930s, a worker at an animal feed plant in Wisconsin added moist corn to a grinder to clear a clog. And the heat of the machine caused the grain to puff into ribbons. He took some home, seasoned them, and created the first cheese curl. The snack, originally called corn curls, eventually evolved into Cheetos as we know today.
Corn curls, that's right.
Yeah, we used to have corn curls all the time.
Yes. Oh, wow. Talk about flashback corn curls.
So there you go. You never know what we'll find when you bring it up in chat.
Dum dum dum.
That's so weird that I just happened to see that. I thought that's interesting. I don't know what it has to do with cryptids, paranormal stuff, but it's I guess it's a weird fact.
Cheeto Man.
Cheeto Man.
This could be the new cryptid. Cheeto Man.
Oh, yeah, but then you could take a bite out of them. Poor Cheeto. He'd be on the run because everybody was wanting to be biting him.
That is true. Well, maybe he's a Cheeto Man in disguise.
Oh.
So what you got for us for tonight?
Well, we can do, I think we got some creepy cryptids we could probably do, and creepy acres, and I got all kinds of weird stuff. And
was Doritos really invented from Disneyland?
I don't know.
Is that legit, Blazer? I don't think I've ever heard that. Is there a reason why it's a triangle? Dum dum dum.
Yeah, Bermuda. Bridgewater.
Yeah, he says yes. I did not know that they were invented from Disneyland. Wow. Standing Stones, welcome in.
Hey, Standing Stones. Well, let's see. Let's start with the weather.
You mean our hot weather?
Any kind of weather. I think I downloaded some weather stuff. Oh yeah. We'll start with this one first.
Oh no. Oh, you're laughing.
Saw this the other day and I thought it was funny. Just stepped outside and saw a Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Any of you Bible fans that know that story, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, that's a good one. Hey, Brian Barber, welcome in. Oh my gosh. Shadrach, Meshach,
there you
and Abednego.
go.
In the early 1960s. I didn't think they were around when I was a little kid. I thought they were later than that. Doritos. Interesting. Thank you, Blazer.
The Frey furnace.
Hey, Amber. Bet it's hot over there too.
She was in earlier. Hey, there's Brian Barber. Hi, Brian.
Yeah, Brian Barber.
So we talk about this all the time. So I thought I'd bring it back up. The U.S. Corn Belt sweats so much it changes the weather. Each summer, corn releases billions of gallons of water vapor daily, boosting humidity, heat indexes, and fueling sudden supercell storms.
I'm not buying it.
So there you go. If you got corn around you, that's why it's humid and you have supercells all the time.
I think it's humid here because we live in Illinois.
So I just saw that the other day. We always talk about corn sweat and weird stuff that they try to blame the weather on all the time.
Pull that picture back up. There's a little ladybug getting a
drink.
Getting a drink or enjoying the cool. See it right there? Got a little ladybug up there getting a drink.
Oh yeah, look, he's getting some dew off the corn.
They make that look like it's super dewy.
Yeah, I've never seen it like that. It does get wet in the mornings and
right. Oh yeah, we go to Starved Rock all the time, but we actually like the Matheson better, which is a little bit south. And they got a couple dells and waterfalls and stuff. But yeah, we are half an hour. It takes I think 30 minutes to get to Starved Rock, isn't it? Yeah, so we're 30 minutes away from Starved Rock.
There's Mothman back there.
Ooh. Aloria, welcome in.
Yeah, we haven't done a show on it yet, but we were going to talk about Starved Rock and Starved Rock murders sometime. Real famous case. Went into national news about 3 ladies that got murdered at Starved Rock back in 1969, I believe. So that's a real interesting case. Let's see what else we got.
We got popcorn growing in our garden.
We got popcorn growing.
Yeah. We got, Jiffy Pop. Oh, Jiffy Pop was good.
So if anybody knows what this is,
somebody woke up in a bad shape.
That is actually mannequins in a department store, and because of the heat wave back in the 1930s, evidently I think they used wax or something moldable, so they started melting. That's how their store windows would look when they put them on display. So you think it might be a cryptid or something weird going on with that woman, but it's just a mannequin that's suffering from heat.
Wow. They get drippy.
They are. Look at them.
Wow.
Boy, she's got some neck problems there. You might think The Exorcist, where she's spinning her head around, but no, it's just a display in the store window.
We were starting to get a little bit of the smoke. I could see on the cameras last night, the sky looked kind of just tan and just not normal. But we finally got a breeze today, and I think it's knocking it out, heading towards more east. But we didn't get to, I guess Chicago got a good amount, and Wisconsin's really, really bad. But I don't think it's going to get down to us really bad. I don't think now.
I don't know. So we had more earthquakes going on in the Pacific Rim.
Yeah, I heard it was a 7, I think, 7.5 today or something.
So here's July 13th, 6.3 earthquake.
Wow.
Then I think this one shows.
Holy cow.
This one shows the current ones. So you got Papua New Guinea at 6.4, Loyalty Islands at 6.3, Philippines has had several. So they had one at 5.4, Fiji Islands 4.8. Don't pet the Yellowstone fluffy cows. Yeah, that poor guy, he got messed up.
Yeah. Yellowstone fluffy cows.
Poor old guy. He got broken bones and all kinds of stuff.
Well, his granddaughter got injured too. I think something's going on with the animals because they're fighting around here also. We've had foxes fighting and coons going after the foxes, and everyone's attacking each other here lately. And well, we got a delay in your speaker again, just like last night.
I know. I just started noticing that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it's me or I guess maybe it's me. I don't know. Well, if it gets too bad, I'll go out and come back in.
Oh my gosh, Brian. But Blazer, people who pet the Yellowstone cows make the best videos.
They do. Have you seen all the memes? They got videos of the cow having a press conference or the buffalo having a press conference and said he was fearful for his life and he was being attacked. So he was only trying to save himself.
Oh my gosh.
Then there was another one where the buffalo was saying F around and find out. Then there's a couple other ones where somebody took the old man and the bison. They're walking hand in hand. And they were saying sorry to each other. It was just a misunderstanding. And
oh my gosh,
there's all kinds of them out there now.
Welcome in, Candace.
Hi, Candace.
He's lucky to be alive. That would be scary.
As high as he got thrown, he's lucky he didn't land worse than he did.
Fearful of my life, says the buffalo.
Did we say hi to Alora?
Yes, I did.
All right. I'm just looking to see if anybody popped in and while I was doing slides and didn't notice.
If we missed you, sorry. I don't think we missed anybody. And the mods usually say hi also for us.
You know how we always talk about weird paintings and photographs from Victorian age or even the 30s, 50s, whatever. I saw a thing the other day where some guy pointed out that if you go through enough Victorian pictures, the women have the same finger pointing out when they just had their hands on their laps for a portrait.
Oh.
So what does that mean? What does that mean when they have their finger pointing?
I don't know.
It can't be a coincidence, I don't think, because he was showing tons and tons. So I took a screen capture of the one I had the most showing at one time.
Left hand and right hand. That's interesting. Ooh, a new rabbit hole, guys.
So I don't know it could be a coincidence, but it just seems weird that you'd have your hand. I don't know. Maybe you do. I keep putting my hand across my midsection like I'm taking a portrait and trying to see if I'd point my finger or not, but I don't know.
Oh, that's interesting. There's got to be a meaning behind that. And
then, of course, we have the famous finger pointing here that came up not too long ago.
Good night, Mad Pax. We will be very, very careful with the screaming goat and try not to wake you up.
Good night, Mad Pax.
Good night, Mad Pax.
Hi, Honest Content.
Hi, Honest.
What letter is it in the sign language? I don't know. Maybe they were asking for help. Save me, help. So if anybody had seen this picture of this video going around of Sophie Cunningham pointing her finger, that's been in so many memes. So I just thought with the finger pointing, this is more relevant to today.
I think it might be the letter P. I used to know the whole alphabet. So it was L, M, N, O, P. And I think you went down one finger. I think it might be the letter P.
Oh, Brian Barber says Chat GGP says it's opposed to hold still and looks elegant.
Oh, it looks elegant with one fingers.
I liked it better when it was like going to be like Illuminati or something.
Blazer says often represented humility, innocence, or in the Victoria photographed a symbol of mourning of the lost loved one. Welcome in, Larry.
All right.
Wow, that's interesting.
Hi, Larry. I thought it was going to be some kind of secret society or Illuminati thing going on, but that makes sense. I'll buy that.
Huh. I'm going to have to start looking at old photos and see if they're.
Brian says he has a lot of one finger pointing, but it's not that one. Hi, Jessica.
Hey, Jessica. Yeah, well, speaking of that, we have a Bigfoot doing that little finger. We just not quite sure where we're going to put it up yet.
Yep.
I'd love to have it on camera somewhere. Thank you, Blazer.
So if anybody hadn't checked it out, we were over on Jessica's show last night, right?
Yeah, last night.
So we were over there hanging out, talking about cryptids and Bigfoot, all kinds of stuff. So go over to the Cryptid Huntress and check us out and check out her other videos for her library. She always has fantastic guests and great conversations. So make sure you go check out the Cryptid Huntress, please. It was fun being on her show.
I think everyone in chat knows Jessica.
I'm sure.
We all love Jessica. I thought, oh, that's right. Blazer, thank you so much. That was embarrassing.
What?
Well, I can't do my little symbols anymore, guys, the hearts and stuff, because I don't have my little Apple computer. So Gerald got up early, so he set up the new computer, redid the whole OBS. Well, we ended up forgetting that you have to click the microphones and stuff off. And we were on Jessica's show. Blazer's over in the 24/7, and he hears us talking to Jessica on the 24/7. So he goes over to Jessica's chat and tells me, and I go, oh no. So I'm trying to pay attention, and I'm over here correcting over here and put it on silent. So yeah, I don't know who all was in the 24/7, but they listened to the show for a while. But I think the OBS is now set up okay.
Yeah, I think we got it figured out now, but
oh, that was great.
All I did was just made sure everything worked. I didn't go through all the settings. I just made sure that you can go down there and turn everything on and do what you need to do. And I figured if something came up, we'd fix it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I clicked the micro or the headphone one, but I didn't click the microphone one. So it's fixed now. So yeah, he heard Jessica out in the barn with the goats.
All right, there you go, Jessica. You had a whole new crowd and didn't even know that they were listening to you.
Yeah.
So July 2nd was World UFO Day.
It was?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And Brazil, I think on that day or right around there, Brazil released all their UFO files and photographs and videos. And evidently they got, unlike our country that releases stuff that's like old stuff that we've already seen or known about, Brazil actually released some stuff that people hadn't seen before.
Let me interrupt. Pops, good night. We love you. And everyone's giving you a hug tonight. Yeah. You get a good night's sleep.
Good night, Pops. I'm sure we'll talk to you during the week sometime.
Yep. And there's Carl. Welcome in,
Carl. What's going on? Carl, you in St. Louis?
So good night, Pops, and welcome in, Carl.
I think he was going to St. Louis or maybe Alton again, Southern Illinois. So anyway, you can go to, you can find it online, Brazil UFO release, or I think it's SASIAN, SASIAN. It's a whole website. You can go through there and go through all their files and videos and read all about their incident reports. So evidently it's a really good one, unlike our congressional hearings on UFOs and whatever that junk is.
Brendan, welcome in.
Hey, Andrew Gnomes, trucking.
And yeah, Brendan came in and Andrew came in, and Carl says he is home. Philly is the next stop.
All right. So I don't know if anybody checked out the Brazil release and World UFO Day.
I didn't.
You didn't?
No.
Well, what the heck? Let's see. What else can we? Got any Star Trek fans out there?
Probably.
I
Well,
know I am.
Carl says it's November, his St. Louis for 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
There might be a few people that don't like Star Wars and Star Trek.
I grew up on Star Trek, the original. Well, I watched all the other ones too, but I really like the original. Grew up on it.
Tribbles was my favorite.
Yeah, Tribbles. So here's the actress. Pretty famous scene everybody should remember. Shortly before she died, Majel Barrett recorded an entire library of phonics or phontic sounds, allowing her voice to be used in future products outside of Star Trek and quite possibly the computer voice in Star Trek Discovery.
Whoa.
She could live on and as the voice of the Starfleet possibly for all time. So they could literally put her phonics or phonetics together to make any word. And so she was a computer voice on some of the shows. And so she's forever tied in with Star Trek now and will always be a voice for the computer or some kind of voice you'll hear during the shows or movies. So I thought that was interesting. That was a really good show. I loved the one episode that she was in. So how many people like or have listened to the band Chicago? I used to listen to it all the time. I still do, but I used to listen to it all the time back growing up. Chicago was really popular. At first, it was called the Chicago Transit Authority, and they got sued and they had to change their name. So then they just went with Chicago.
Now I got that song stuck in my head. Dum dum dum
So
dum.
we're talking about, since it was just July 4th, Saturday in the Park.
Right.
It mentions, Saturday in the Park in the lyrics. I think it was the 4th of July. So we just had July 4th on a Saturday. And I thought, just like the calendar works, is every so many years, that July 4th would land on a Saturday. Well, that's not true.
Really?
Yeah. So I started doing a deep dive on it for whatever reason. I got hooked on it. So if you look at this, July 4th in 2026, right here, won't happen again until 2037, 11 years from now.
Oh.
But you would think, okay, it's every 11 years. It has a system, but it doesn't. So if you go through the years that it landed on Saturday, July the 4th, 1970 would be to 1981, 11 years. Then the next one, 1981 to 1987, would be 6, then 5, then 6, then 11. It keeps repeating 11, 6, 5, 6, 11.
Wow.
So it has a pattern, but it's not. You would think it'd be a normal thing every 6 years, every 5 years, however it falls. But no, it's a weird pattern 11, 6, 5, 6, 11.
Blazer likes numbers. He's going to have fun with this.
Yeah. So if anybody can figure out why that pattern is, does every day like that happen? Is it always 11, 6, 5, 6, 11 for any day to fall on a holiday or a day to fall on other years? I don't know. I just thought that was weird. The deeper I went, the weirder it seemed to get. And this is as far as I got so far, plotting out all the years that Saturday in the park, I think it was the 4th of July. So there you go. Useless information if you didn't need it already. I thought it was interesting.
Dum dum dum.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, Carrie says it looks like a code.
I know.
Somebody
11,
needs
6, it's weird that it goes 11, 6, 5, and then 6 years again, then 11. So it's like it goes in a progression, then it goes backwards.
Let's break the code.
So I don't know if it happens to, like I said, if you look up when July 4th falls on a Monday, would it be the same 11, 6, 5, 6? I don't know.
That's everybody's homework. We'll discuss it next week.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
11, 6, 11, 6, 5 is 11, 11.
Oh. Wow. There you go.
And Blues Cruise, welcome in.
Hey, Blues Cruise.
11, 11. Well, nothing happened.
I'm just curious. I need to look it up, or Blazer can, or somebody.
But nothing happened.
You just pick a random day. Is it still the same pattern, 11, 6, 5, 6, for it to happen again? Or is it just for July 4th on a Saturday? I'm trying to think where we left off on
cryptids.
Oh,
the chat will let you know.
You let me know.
Oh, I'll let you know too then.
All right.
Since you're getting old and forgetful.
I am. Thanks for reminding me.
Jason, welcome in.
Let's see. I think we did this one. Here, we'll start here. And forgive me if we've already talked about it, but we'll do it anyway. So hope everybody, what is it, 10:45? So that's about right. We'll start with some creepy acres.
Creepy.
So there you go. Look at that guy.
I don't think we did him last week.
I know. That's what I said. We're going to start here because I don't think we did.
Yeah, I don't think we did this one.
So this is July 10th, 1969. So this is brought by Creepy Acres.
Wow.
Obviously, they don't sponsor us. We don't sponsor them. I just like their slides, and I think they have good graphics, and they always have the great cryptid stories. So if you're out there listening, Creepy Acres, get a hold of us. We want you to come on our show and tell us some Creepy Acre stories or something. But anyway, we'll promote their thing. You can go find them on YouTube. Creepy Acres have great stories, and they actually read them and do a podcast on YouTube, and they have a Facebook presence and all the other social media. So go look up Creepy Acres, and you guys can find these slides yourself.
Yeah, this guy looks bad.
He is. He's like, I don't know if it's a goat man or what it is. We'll have to read to find out.
Yeah, Gemini said scary goat man.
Yeah, so July 10th, 1969. 12 a.m., Lake Worth, Texas. John Reichart is fishing on the shore of Lake Worth. His wife, Linda, sits in their car reading a book. Others are parked nearby as well. Suddenly, something leaps out of the tree under which Reichart's car is parked and lands on the vehicle's roof. Do you imagine reading a book and all of a sudden something like that jumps on your car?
Wow.
Hearing his wife's screams, John rushes to investigate and witnesses something jumping off the car and moving to the passenger window. The attacker reaches for Linda, who scrambles to the opposite side of the vehicle. Just then, John slams into the beast at full force. Wow, he like tackled it or something. So he slams into it full force, but only manages to knock it back a few steps. Now he finds himself face to face with a monster that's seemingly half goat, half man. Furthermore, while it has fur, it notices it seems to have scales.
Scales and fur.
Yeah, the picture don't really show any scales, but
no, scales and fur. Wow.
So John jumps into the vehicle and tries to flee. The creature leaps onto the back of the car, but John's erratic driving sends it hurtling to the ground. The terrified couple speeds away and informs the local police. Their story is corroborated by others who had been parked there, but the police find nothing at the scene. So I'm assuming it's a goat man, but I didn't know it had fur and scales.
Wow. Scale and fur.
So there you go. July 10th, 1969.
He looks like a screaming goat.
What's today, the 17th?
Yep.
All right. Here's July 11th, 1972.
Cousin It.
It does look like a Cousin It, doesn't it? I think Cousin It looked more friendly, though. So it says 3:30 p.m. Louisiana, Missouri. I didn't know there was a Louisiana, Missouri.
Baja Girl and Mama Bear, welcome in, you two.
Hey, Mama Bear, Baja.
He's got a wild hairdo.
He does. He's got a little gray going on top. He needs some Grecian Monsters formula or something.
Well, I'm surprised he wasn't seen in the 90s when everybody had the big hairdos.
Oh, yeah. How about the skunk streaks when everybody had skunk streaks going on? This dude already had it back in the 70s.
Oh.
Blazer says it looks like Iron Maiden's Eddie.
Cousin It needs a manicure.
Oh, Andrew says there's 3 dogman sightings were in Missouri down off I-55.
Oh, wow. Harry Blemmy.
Oh, it does. Well, yeah, kind of. I mean, I guess he has a head. You kind of see a head.
So when was the dogman sighting? Recently?
Oh, no, Andrew just said my 3 dogman
sightings. 3 dogman sightings were in Missouri now. Okay.
Harold says Slash without a hat. That's funny. So here we have brothers Terry 8, Wally 5, Harrison are playing behind their home located at the end of Allen Street, the dead end at the edge of the heavily wooded area known as Marzolf Hill. Suddenly, the 2 boys hear a growl and turn to find a huge 7-foot-tall bipedal creature standing only 15 feet away. The monster is covered in long black hair that obscures its face. It has a massive pumpkin-sized head, but no neck. So I guess you wouldn't see the neck if it had fur all over, but
right.
I don't know. So it has a pumpkin-sized head, no neck. Scariest still, its hair splattered with what appears to be blood, and is clutching a dead dog. The boys screamed and run back to the house. Their sister Doris, 15, is in the house when she hears her brother scream. She peeks out the bathroom window and sees the monster standing at the edge of the tree line. It then turns and runs back into the woods. Doris locks the doors and calls her mother. 30 minutes later, Edgar Harrison, their father, arrives home. He and 4 other neighbors searched the area but find only trampled grass and a faint footprint.
Hmm.
So there you go. It doesn't even tell us what it is. It just says it's a monster. So we don't even know. We don't even know if it's related to Bigfoot or Swamp Thing or
He does almost kind of look like a Blemmy. Wow, that one's interesting.
Oh, yeah, Blemmy Bigfoot hybrid. Knuckle dragger. Then Andrew said when we were talking about his sighting, he says back in 2024, while taking an empty trailer down to Sykeston, Missouri, it was in Bloomsdale.
Wow.
Cool. Well, I guess cool. I don't know if I really want to see a dog man up close and personal. So there you go. That was July 11th, 1972. 70s had a lot of cryptid reports, especially Illinois. 1970s was hot for Illinois and probably all over the whole country. Hey, Brew Foss.
Hey, welcome in, Brew. We got a dwarf in the house too.
What?
Hey, dwarf.
What's going on?
He must have good signal, and he made it through the night last night. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Made it through the night.
Yeah, welcome in, Dwarfy, and welcome in. Who's that? Brew. Yeah, Brew Foss.
Brew Foss, I guess. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Hey, there's Jason Finch.
Yep, Jason's in here. Well, any activity last night, Dwarfy? Yeah, I was watching his live there for a while. He's got this big floaty orb thing that looks like a giant cat ball. That thing was cool.
Mahala says, believe me, you don't want to. You can't unsee it. I'm assuming she's talking about face to face with Dogman. All right, so let's go. We're up to date now. We got one that's for today.
Oh,
July 17th, 1895.
Oh, wow.
So we went from the 70s all the way to the 1800s. So it says 10 a.m., Bridgeport, Connecticut. After Captain Obadiah Donaldson's oyster dredger docks in Bridgeport Harbor, 5 of his crew just disembarked from the vessel carrying what looks like 100 foot of fire hose. Wow, so it looked like they were carrying 100 foot of fire hose.
Wow.
Sailors in the port are horrified as Donaldson explains that it is in fact a huge tentacle cut from a massive 60-foot wide octopus his ship collided with just 5 miles off of the Stratford Point Lighthouse. A 60-foot wide octopus. Jeez.
Wow.
So when it had a 100-foot tentacle. I can't imagine. Can you imagine that, grabbing a hold of your boat or grabbing a seaman or a sailor off of a ship?
Wow.
The beast, while attacking the ship, wrapped one tentacle around the forward steam windlass. Did I say that right? The tentacle wrapped around the forward steam windlass. I don't know. The ship's mate activated the windlass, and the octopus limb was wound around the machine. Oh, windlass. That must be what does this, the sails or the ropes or something. I don't know. An octopus limb was wound around the machine, trapping the creature as a colossal beast tried to free itself. The ship began to rock and sway, threatening to capsize the vessel. Frank Taylor, the boat's Wayne, used the meat chopper to cut the tentacle off. In a rage, the octopus kills a nearby porpoise, only for the porpoise's pod to attack and kill the monster in a scene of utter carnage. I didn't know porpoises attack. I know they hit you with their snout and stuff, but do they? I guess they could ram it enough where they probably could stun it and kill it.
Wow.
Yeah, imagine what else is in the depths of the sea.
Well, you hear all kinds of crazy stories of giant sea monsters.
Yeah. So there you go. There's the last one. We're up to today's date, July 17th,
Wow.
1895. A giant sea monster, an octopus.
The octopus didn't do it on purpose.
On porpoise.
Good one, Harold.
Poor octopus.
Yeah.
Octopi.
The octopus was.
I think I got another one I think I got another story that's about a sea monster. Let me see if I can find it while we're talking about sea monsters.
He did it for the halibut. All right. Yeah, you get two of them. He was suckered in.
He was suckered in. What a sucker. All right. Here's a headline that I found the other day from an old newspaper news site. Seneca Lake sea monster killed by steamer side wheel.
Oh my.
So let me see if I can find.
Wow.
I'm sure I probably saved it, but
They reported everything in the newspapers back in the day.
yeah.
Even Uncle Fred lost his cow down the road.
Uncle Fred.
Everything was in the newspapers back in the day. You knew everybody's gossip.
All right, let's see if we can go. So this is from Cryptozoology Facts is where they got this information. The sea serpent of Seneca Lake gained fame when it was sighted on July 14th, 1899. So this is another real old report. So I guess this newspaper was printed or reprinted or something. I don't know. The captain of a steamboat out on the lake noticed what he thought was an overturned boat in the far distance away. The steamboat inched closer until it got 100 yards from what it thought was an upturned vessel. However, the object began to move. The steamboat gave chase, and the captain reported that it was no boat. Whatever it was, raising its head, looking in the direction of the boat, and then opened its mouth, displaying 2 rows of sharp white teeth. The captain chased after the creature in his steamboat, wanting to ram it to capture it. Eventually, he did just this. The boat struck the sea monster hard enough that the boat passengers were tossed off their feet.
Oh my.
Can you imagine being on a steamboat, having a nice day, and all of a sudden you ram a lake monster? Then you get knocked over on the boat. It raised its head, gave what sounded like a gasp, and lay quiet. The spinal column had been broken and it was dead. Ropes were used to bring the sea monster onto the boat, but one of them broke and the creature hit the water hard and it began to sink. The monster was lost and people began telling their stories. So they actually had it coming up on the boat, and one of the ropes broke and it went overboard and sunk. So they couldn't bring their lake monster home.
And back in those days, people believed your stories.
Yeah. So that was July 14th, 1899, when the Seneca's Lake sea monster killed by a steamer side wheel. Yeah, I don't know if the Inquirer is still around or not. That's where all the, if you watch the movie Men in Black, that's where they got all their news from, was the Inquirer. I think the other one was the Globe. Was it the Globe? The World Globe was the other magazine.
There's two of them. I can't remember.
The Inquirer, because the inquiring minds want to know.
They're always right there at the cash register.
I can't think of what I remember the World Globe was for the UK's.
The magazine. Star?
The Star? Maybe it was the Star. Maybe it was the Star.
Because I know there was two of them.
I don't think I saved it, but I saw one the other day that reminded me of the Esquire or those magazines that said a woman's having a baby by Bigfoot. So it reminded me of all the articles you used to find in those magazines all the time.
Right.
Well, I guess we'll just keep going with some of the weird stuff, huh?
Gemini said yes, the Star.
All right, the Star, the Inquirer. I remember the Globe or whatever that was for the UK, because they were always getting sued by celebrities for slander. So this really isn't what?
Blazer. Man, I knew York had a Labradoodle Squatch.
Yeah.
Because that dude last night.
Yeah, we were talking on Jessica's show.
It did look like a Labradoodle. I've never seen any video or photos that could be Sasquatch having curly hair. Short curly hair like it just came back from a perm.
Yeah. Well, I got those photos. I sent them to Jessica when I found them, but she was already planning on talking about it. We talked about it all week, or a couple shows during the week. But I have them. I have them loaded. I don't know if we're going to talk about it. We might bring it up again. I don't know.
Well, I thought of something after the show last night. If it was that decayed and nasty, there was not one fly or bug in that photo. And there's no way you'd be able to wave them away in order to get a photo. There's no flies on that thing.
All right, you brought it up, so we'll.
So where's all the bugs and the flies? It'd be all over that thing.
Let's see if I can find a folder. Snake the Bigfoot Hunter. So it's Charles Stewart is the guy that they call Snake the Bigfoot Hunter.
You can tell he's just out to get attention with his sunglasses and
so I'll just bring up the main picture. I won't go through all the pictures that he has.
So we're going
to supposedly Dak the Bigfoot that he's found out in the forest. So I thought it'd be interesting at least to zoom in.
See, where are all the bugs and the flies?
So there's his face. I mean, it looks like it's decaying. Looks like it. I mean, if it's a fake, looks like they did a pretty good job on how a face would decay and if it's part human.
Well, there's one leg. The knee on down is bigger than the thigh. Look how big that right there.
Yeah.
That's huge compared to the thigh. That just looks like bell-bottom pants. But I'm sorry.
So there's one hand. So he does have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fingers. Looks like he has fingernails.
Dwarf said, "Don't zoom in."
Oh,
careful where you zoom in.
Oh, I think his hand's covering it.
But where's all the flies? Where's all the bugs? If it was that decayed, darn well there would be all kinds of things flying around that, and there's nothing.
Looks like he's got multicolored fur. dark blonde, brown.
There's no way he's that fat down to his knee and, like no ankle.
There's his toenails. That toenail almost looks like it has a face in it. Can you see that?
Oh, yeah.
2 eyes, a nose, a mouth.
Yeah.
Long hair on the sides. Does that look like a face? Does anybody else see that?
I see it.
I just now noticed that. I've looked at this picture several times, but I never noticed looks like a face on the toenail.
But I wish I would have thought about the bugs last night on this show, but there would be flies and bugs flying all over the place.
Yeah, if he was that decayed and been out there that long.
And there's no way they'd shoo him away to get a photo. They'd be all over that thing. So I wish I would have thought of that last night, because there's no way. Yeah, I'm sorry. It looks like a Labradoodle.
So anyway, looks like it'd be somebody's bad 70s shag carpet. I don't know if it's real or fake. It looks suspicious. It looks fake to me, but I don't know.
Half man, half dog. He's his own best friend.
There you go. That's Charles Stewart, the Snake, the Bigfoot hunter. Like he needs any more publicity.
Yeah, I mean, his sunglasses and his hat and his poses, he's just out to get fame.
He looks like a scammer.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't know him.
Yeah, there was some of the green foliage in front that almost looked Photoshopped. That looked like it was just planted there. Hi, Trey. Welcome in.
Hey, Trey.
Mad Pax is here somewhere listening. He's probably sound asleep.
Yeah, didn't he say he was going to go to bed?
Yeah, he said he was going to keep listening, and I told him I'd try not to do the screaming goat and wake up Mad Pax. And Robert Allen was in earlier also. I'm not sure if he's still in here. But welcome in, Trey.
So should we keep going with the weird stuff, or you want to do something else?
I don't care. Let's do the weird. We're weird anyway.
All right.
This is a weird show, and we've got 44 people watching us weirdos.
All right. So this has nothing to do with anything other than I think it's funny. I think it's something me and my friends would have done back in the day, but we didn't have the opportunity.
Oh, no.
So here on April Fool's Day, 1974, a man named Oliver Bickar hauled 70 old tires into a crater of a dormant volcano in Alaska and set them on fire. The thick black smoke made nearby residents think the volcano was erupting. Bickar had been planning this prank for 3 years and even spelled out April Fools in the snow near the crater.
Oh, no.
So all the residents around the area thought, oh my, the volcano is getting ready to erupt. It's, all that smoke coming out of it. And they were all worried and panicked. And then when the helicopters or whoever goes out to check out the volcanoes actually saw on the side of the snow on the mountain said April Fools.
Welcome in, Bino, and welcome in, Carrie Ann.
Hey, welcome.
Oh, that's a horrible joke. Oh my gosh.
I think it's kind of funny.
That is funny.
It would suck if you lived in the area and saw black smoke coming out of a volcano, but I think it's funny.
Good old prank.
All right. So what do you know about camels? We always talk about camels in the desert, camels holding water and being able to survive harsh environments.
They have a hump.
They have a hump.
They're great for water.
Well, this one says not all camels live in scorching heat. Mongolia's back-trained camels endure Gobi winters below minus 30 Celsius or minus 22 Fahrenheit.
Oh, wow.
Proving these desert giants are just as engineered for brutal cold as they are blazing sun. So I only usually hear about camels or think of them being out in the desert,
right?
Saudi Arabia. I never thought about them having to live in the cold.
Hey, Jojo.
Hey, Benno.
Now we're up to 49 all of a sudden. My goodness, everyone's waking up and flying in here. Welcome in, everyone. Yeah, I didn't know that they were in the winter climate.
Yeah. So anybody that just came in, we're just talking about killer octopuses and
Did that one spit ice crystals?
yeah, ice crystals. You think his water humps would be frozen? Talking about Bigfoot and winter camels. Here's one that's close to us, Joliet, Illinois.
Oh.
Corpse walked away.
Oh, come on.
Aged man narrowly escapes being embalmed.
Oh, come on.
Joliet, Illinois, November 4th. I don't know what year this was. I probably could look it up, but I don't know right off the top of my head what year it was. I can't remember. William Wilkins, 82 years old, of Crete, Illinois, narrowly escapes being embalmed while still alive. Wilkins fell into a fit while walking into the streets of Crete. So a fit used to be like a coma, non-responsive. You'd have a fit.
Right.
He became rigid, and it was believed that he had suffered a stroke of paralysis. Friends carried the body to an undertaking establishment, and the undertaker began preparations for embalming the body. To his surprise, the supposed corpse moved and then spoke and finally got up and walked away. So I guess he didn't want no part of that embalming thing. I guess he didn't need it. Didn't need the procedure.
Oh my gosh.
So there you go.
Wow.
The corpse that walked away. So that's a news article. That's a headline. So
And that's what I mean. They had everything in the newspapers back then. That was a good one. Wow.
so here's a strange one. I thought this was interesting.
Ooh.
The eastern U.S. hides a berry that looks like a porcelain doll's eye. Its toxins can sedate the heart, and if enough are eaten, triggers cardiac arrest. And it supposedly looks like a porcelain doll's eye, the berries on this plant. It does look like eyeball staring at you, doesn't it? At least in the picture.
And it does look very shiny. Wow.
There you go. Don't eat the eyeballs if you go out somewhere.
Oh my God. Don't eat the eyeball berries.
Don't eat the eyeballs. That's probably don't eat the eyeballs is probably a good thing to go by, a good rule of thumb. Don't eat the eyeballs.
Sounds like a song. Don't eat the eyeballs. Oh, there's some weird things in this world, isn't it?
It is.
Oh my gosh.
We talked about the blue people not too long ago of Kentucky.
Yeah.
Well, I found this newspaper article. Doctors baffled another victim of the blue disease.
Oh, the blue disease.
A young Yorkshire woman is the fifth and latest case of complete change of color from fair to dark blue. Her skin assumed an extraordinary blue tint, and after the remaining more or less unconscious for 10 days in, what does it say, in Pontefract, inflammatory, she died yesterday. Her complaint, thought to be from poisoning, baffled the doctors. She was Irene Appleby, age 20, and she had only been married 18 months. Only a few days ago, Middlesbrough Cranesman was found dead in bed, having turned blue from head to foot in a single night. The cause of death was never discovered. Two other cases of mysterious change of color in human beings originated at Hull, Hull, and the other at Sheffield, but neither was fatal. So we had a couple cases that weren't fatal, and we had some cases that were, but they all turned blue. And the one guy turned blue overnight. So there you go, the blue man disease.
And Brian says the human coming back to dead is real. Check out something. I can't read that far away. I'm getting old. Died in 1962, found alive in 1980. Whoa,
Wow.
that's wild. I was born in 62 and I graduated in 1980. I turn blue if I hold my breath too long.
How does that work?
What?
You were born in 62 and graduated in 80.
Right.
I was born in 63 but graduated in 82.
Because you're a year and a half, because your birthday was in November. You had to wait another whole year for
Yeah, I did
kindergarten.
have to wait a year.
Right.
To
You had
start
to wait.
school.
Yeah, you had to wait a whole year. So that's what put us 2 classes behind.
All right.
Right. So yeah, I'm still older than you.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Cougar.
You're turning violet.
Yeah, you're turning violet, right? Don't eat the berries. Stop. Don't.
You're turning violet. Human zombie. Oh my. Ugh.
All right.
Strange world.
Okay, let's go with this one.
Oh no.
Giant Sasquatch weapons found, 200-pound war clubs.
That's more like a giant Sasquatch.
Yeah, it could be a giant weapon, but he's saying this stuff is from Sasquatch. That they had clubs and weapons. So it says, try to zoom it in so you guys can see it too as I read it.
It almost looks like a pipe.
Oh, that's a big stone to making hatchets and mallets out of. Look at those.
Right. And what he's holding, if you go up a little bit, I see a hole. It looks like a pipe. It's a peace pipe.
This one?
Yeah, see, it looks like a little hole there. It looks like
a spear or has a rock on the end of it. I don't know.
I'm just trying to think about Dwarfy.
So it says Sasquatch clubs. Maybe says Edward Norman, wherever he's from, who dug up huge weapons like stones at Deer Lake. He attached handles for display. So he found the stones and then put them on handles. So how's that fair? How's that say?
Because you don't hear reports recently, currently of them having anything like this.
So it says they were among 3,000 old Indian relics. So I don't see how he got to the point where he says they're Sasquatch
Right.
clubs when he attached the handles to them, unless they had wood attached to them, but there was decayed or broken or something, then he replaced it to make it look like what it should have been like.
And Trey said there's a book about a tribe of Indians and the cavalrymen attacking Bigfoot because of stealing their women and kids. And I'm pretty sure that is 1851, is it?
1855 Bigfoot War.
Yeah, the Bigfoot War. Yeah. It was around Oklahoma area, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so look up 1855 Bigfoot War and you'll find all kinds of.
So that might be the book that was talking about that one.
So there you go. I don't believe these were Sasquatch clubs, but that's.
I don't think so either. He said, yes, that's it.
That's kind of a stretch, that one.
So if I remember right, they would get along and trade it and stuff like that with Sasquatch. And then they were saying a lot of their women and children were missing and they end up having a battle.
Tallahassee, Oklahoma.
Tallahassee, Oklahoma area.
All right, I guess we'll go from Bigfoot clubs to the devil with red whiskers.
Red whiskers?
I guess. New York, April 7th.
Oh, my.
Let's see if I can blow this up so everybody online can read it. Oh.
This is something new. I never heard the devil with red whiskers.
An apparition that is making life a burden to the natives. New York, April 7th. There are a dozen people who have at Bath Beach, who are, I guess that's Long Island, LI, Long Island, who are
Yeah.
sure they have seen the devil, a monster all covered with hair, with flaring red whiskers and a satanic howl, has swooped down upon them at night and nearly driven them into hysterics. As a result, the women folk are in great state of trepidation. They are afraid to stir out at night. A great many men stay at home and in preference to going visiting as they have been accustomed. Not a brave monster. John Riley, who was employed at night by the railroad company, met the monster near the Unionville railway station, and became so frightened that he refused to work ever since. William Bell, the night train dispatcher, says the terrifier appeared alongside him while he was working about an engine early Sunday. Let's see, there's more to it. Sunday morning, grinned in a most ghastly manner, and then started off. Bell says he does not believe in ghosts, and having a monkey wrench in his hand, he went after the visitor. He chased the monster 2 miles when it disappeared suddenly. Man, he ran 2 miles with the monkey wrench chasing this thing.
My.
That's more of a feat doing that than I believe about the red-haired whiskered monster, the devil with red whiskers. I'm sorry.
Red whiskers.
So there you go, April 7th, and I'm not sure what year this was. I'd have to look that up. But it was in New York or Bath Beach, and I think that's LI for Long Island. So there you go, the devil with red whiskers.
You don't hear too many cryptids and people talking about their whiskers. Wow.
So what would you think the biggest predator, or actually the most successful predator at hunting prey would be? Whether it's lions, bears, tigers, what do you think it would be?
I'd probably say like a jaguar, cougar, tiger, lion, something like that runs super, super fast. And I don't know, it's probably something that we wouldn't even think. It's probably a bird or something, right? Or a bug.
How about a dragonfly?
Oh, come on.
Dragonflies are amongst the most successful predator in the animal kingdom with a hunting success rate of up to 97%. This is a significantly higher success rate than of lions, which typically succeed in only about 20% of their hunts. I would think also like bats, and I mean they eat a lot of mosquitoes and stuff. They hunt and prey
Right.
mosquitoes, and also purple martins. I wonder how many insects do purple martins eat every year?
A lot, and they eat a lot of dragonflies. I've seen a lot of dragonflies go into those babies here the last few
Yeah,
years.
JoJo say that explains why they chase me all the time. They do dive bomb you when you're out there. When we have all those show up for those couple of days in our backyard.
Yeah, they'll show up around August, usually when all the baby purple martins finally fly, and they don't use the houses anymore. And they just kind of, you see them the rest of the summer, but they're flying around the field. That's when the dragonflies show up and in a herd, bounce around the backyard. Joe just said they freak me out.
So Blazer just brought up pine cones earlier. I don't know if Blazer's still hanging out listening. How heavy do you think pine cones are when they drop from the trees and you pick them up? There's some pretty large ones. How heavy do you think they are?
Not very heavy, I don't think. But some pine cones can be really big.
So the bunyay pine tree produces enormous pine cones that weigh between 10 and 20 pounds and reach the size of a watermelon.
Jeez.
These massive cones fall from the trees when mature, and they have been reported to knocking people out, and some have died from being
Wow.
hit in the head by a 20-pound pine cone.
Widowmaker pine cone.
Yeah. I can't imagine a pine cone that big.
Candace says, what is a purple martin? Have you ever seen a barn swallow? They're similar to barn swallows, but they look black actually. But if you see them right in the sunshine, they're a deep purple. And if you see these people with giant houses, there's 4 on each side, and someone on those are purple martin houses. And if you look them up, there's probably videos, and they squawk and crackle and chirp and do all kinds of neat noises. And they show up every single year just to have babies. And once all the babies fly, they take off. They're a gorgeous bird. And there is sparrows half it's sparrows and half purple martins. They kind of shared the houses. So yeah, we've got 4 purple martin houses in the backyard.
Yeah, we like purple martins. They're fun to watch, and like Jane says, they make nice sounds. And
welcome to our channel. We talk about all kinds of stuff: conspiracies, cryptids, UFOs, paranormal. We just kind of go down rabbit holes. We're not experts. We just kind of think out loud and just kind of discuss things. Tonight on a Friday night, we hang out and just talk to the chat. We don't have a guest or anything. And this is our chance to talk to everybody, answer questions, and talk about food and everything else this chat comes up with.
This is our fun night, our relaxing night to hang out with everybody and have fun and talk about weird stuff. And
yeah, not to be confused with Ricky Martin.
Ricky Martin.
Oh, thank you. And we do have a 24/7 stream that you can watch all of our cameras, and you can watch the purple martins. And right now there's a raccoon sticking his front feet in the water. Yeah, so I try to have a sky watch at night, and then during the day you can watch birds and sometimes the chickens and goats. And then at night there's skunks, coons, possums, fox.
So there is a raccoon out there right now?
Yeah, he's picking out on sunflower seeds. Yeah, he was cooling off his little feet, and he knocked over that other bird bath again. Oh my goodness. Well, they only have one thing of water now. They keep knocking that one over.
All right, let's see if we can.
He's checking out for any peanuts or sunflower seeds left. Yeah, I forgot to throw anything out. I'll probably throw something out, after the show. He likes sunflower seeds.
So there you go. There's our little animal eating there. Hey, what's that floating around right there?
That's probably a bug or a spider. So yeah, at night I usually I bet a fox is showing up.
Yep, we're going to probably have a fox sighting here in a minute.
Yeah, usually when he takes off, it's probably a fox. I don't see anybody in the back driveway. Something spooked him.
He ran off pretty fast, whatever it was.
I don't see anything heading up to it. Oh, that was weird. It might have been just a bad noise.
All right. Well, we'll stop sharing this until.
So yeah, I usually have the critter cam on at night, and the goat cam, so you can spy on the goats. Sometimes there's a chicken and goat cam, so you can see the chickens in the coop. And if we have a good thunderstorm, we always catch the thunderstorms too.
Yeah, so make sure you go to our 24/7. If you're up late at night or even during the day, it's always on, so you can always hang out and talk to each other. The chat's open. A lot of times Jane's in there. Sometimes I'm in there, depending on what's going on during the day.
And Gemini, they have been fighting here lately. There's been a few nights I didn't put food out because everyone's fighting. I'm going to do a collage video, but give me a few more weeks. I've been doing a bunch of recordings of what's going on here, and I'm going to break it all into a bunch of little videos and then try to put some music on it. I'll have Gerald kind of help me because I suck at editing, even though I have a music channel. and so, yeah, I mean, the foxes were fighting the other night, and I caught that. They're on their hind legs fighting each other and snapping. There's a raccoon that went after a fox. The skunk. I mean, it's just everybody's fighting here lately, but I've got some really cute videos that I'll probably do a collage and the highlights of our camera for the summer, something like that. But yeah, I mean, there's a mama coon that's been showing up with her 3 babies. She went after a fox, and you can hear that poor little thing in the background yipping and yipping and yipping. I mean, I think that mama coon got that fox bad. Hi, Polly. So yeah, we do hear the fighting and darn things. So yeah, I kind of punished them this week, and there was a couple nights. There's no food out there, so they're eating sunflower seeds. So welcome in, Polly. Nice to see ya.
So we talk about cryptids, and we've talked about like Resurrection Mary and stuff like that. Folklore. Well, there's one that's called the Green Man or Charlie No Face. Have you ever heard of him?
Well, Green Man, yes, but not Charlie No Face.
Well, this is a different Green Man. I don't think this is
okay.
Green Man.
Oh, okay.
So it's not the one that looks like a plant.
A tree? Okay. Yeah.
So this guy. So the Green Man or Charlie No Face, an urban legend of a disfigured monster haunting Pennsylvania highways, was actually Raymond Robinson, a real man. Robinson was severely disfigured in childhood, electrical accident, and would take walks at night to avoid frightening people. So he did that to be alone, and so he didn't scare people. And here it turned into a folklore. People would see him late at night, thinking it was like they call him the Green Man or Charlie No Face, or
I've never heard of him. Wow.
Yeah, that's a local thing there in that Pennsylvania highway area. So sometimes folklore is really about a real person or a real thing. It's not always something made up. And here this poor guy was trying to do something nice by going on walks by himself so he wouldn't frighten people, wanted to get exercise, and it turned into a scary folklore tale.
Wow. If you guys hear a weird noise, it is the dog right here snoring.
I thought it was your stomach after that steak sandwich you ate.
Nope, it's the dog snoring. She's out. Oh, she just moved. She heard me talking about her.
So here we have a fire waterfall.
What?
Yeah, Yosemite ran a real fire waterfall for nearly a century. On summer nights, workers built a bonfire of red fir bark at the edge of the glacier point. At 9 p.m., a caller shouted, "Let the fire fall." Workers then pushed the embers off the cliff of a 3,000-foot cascade of flame. The Park Service banned it in 1968, calling it as appropriate as horns on a rabbit. So you'd see that shower of embers and flames come down the side of that. They did it for a century. Then all of a sudden they decided, no, we can't do this no more. I bet that was cool to watch.
Robin says, Brittle Falls, Yosemite, California.
Oh, it says Yosemite.
Or Yosemite. Isn't it Yosemite?
Oh, Yosemite. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry.
I bet it is, Robin.
So you have to look up fire waterfall to see what area. It says Glacier Point. So if that rings the bell, Robin.
That'd be pretty to see.
So do you know that bananas are radioactive?
Yeah, I think I did hear that.
Oh, well, man, you're smarter than me. I never knew that.
I think you're smarter than me.
So it says bananas naturally produce a tiny amount of antimatter. They contain potassium, and a small part of that potassium is radioactive. Roughly every 75 minutes, a banana releases a positron, the antimatter version of electron. So little burst of radiation, which doesn't go far, probably wouldn't ever hit somebody or hurt anybody. But every 75 minutes, it releases a little tiny particle.
It looks like it looks like Nerds gummy cluster candy.
Oh, it does. Oh, nerds. Or ever got, what was that? Charlie and
The
the
gobstopper.
Gobstoppers. Yeah. That's what I saw when I first looked at it. How about this guy? I never heard of this either. The golden horse.
Oh, that's pretty.
Look how the light just sheens off of it.
Oh,
So originating from Central Asia, the Kalteki, and I think I'm saying it right. I don't know.
wow.
Is one of the oldest horse breeds still in existence. Its most striking feature is its metallic coat, which gleams like gold or bronze in the sunlight.
Wow.
That unique shine has given it the nickname Golden Horse. The breed is also admired for its toughness, intelligence, and generations of careful breeding that shaped its remarkable qualities. Could you imagine having something
Mm.
that'd be an awesome horse? They should have gave little Joe on Bonanza that horse.
Give me a break. Little Joe had his own horse. That would be a gorgeous horse.
Does some narco own that? What, Escobar? Escobar owned like hippos and other exotic animals.
Wow, that's pretty. Very pretty.
What do you think the this what?
Bino asked you a question.
I did not say that. I don't did I say that?
I don't know.
I don't think I did.
Somebody might have to scroll back and find out.
I have no idea. I don't think I said that. So when we've had our conversations about the Garden of Eden and what was a forbidden fruit, what do you think it was? Obviously, it wasn't an apple like everybody thinks.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think that's a mystery. And for some reason, they always say an apple. Yeah, I think that tree was probably something totally different than what they're trying to teach us on the pulpit. Maybe it was a magical, glowy fruit or something that we don't know or don't see now.
Yeah, I've heard. Who is it? Harold. Harold says pomegranate. I've heard pomegranate. I've heard strawberries. I've heard all kinds of stuff. Brian Barber says you can buy that golden horse for about $100,000 if you have it.
Oh, is that it? No, we'll just write a check out for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, put it on the credit card.
Put it on the credit card. So I found this the other day. It says a 900-year-old French artwork depicts the forbidden fruit from the Garden of Eden as a giant mushroom rather than an apple.
Oh. Oh.
So if it was a giant mushroom, I guess it would look like a tree. The top looks like the leaves and the branches of a tree. Then it has the big, would look like a tree trunk.
Is that why people do trippy mushrooms to get more knowledge?
I don't know. So this is a 900-year-old French artwork.
Wow.
So I have no idea if it was really a mushroom or if it was a pomegranate or if it was really an apple or some other kind of fruit.
Brian, so Adam and Eve didn't turn evil. They
had a bad trip. Take a little trip with me. So what do you think the hardest substance on Earth is?
The hardest substance.
Ooh, Benno says that mushroom looked like a UFO on top. So whenever you think of the hardest substance on Earth, most people say diamonds, like they have diamond cut wheels, and they usually have diamonds. Yep, Robin said diamonds.
Oh, Blazer, you're going to make me cough again. Between you and Brian Barber.
Klondike Cornelius. I love that cartoon.
Klondike Cornelius. Yeah, I had a friend who was a mushroom. He was a fun guy.
He's a fun guy. Klondike. Oh, Brian says ice.
Ice.
Well, this says everyone thinks diamonds are the strongest material on Earth, but that in fact is not true. Diamonds are the hardest material, meaning they are the resistant to scratches. However, being the hardest and being the strongest are not nearly the same thing. The diamond can actually break or shatter if it's hit hard in the right direction. The strongest natural material on Earth is actually limpet teeth, which are found in the mouths of tiny sea snails.
Wow. Oh, that's a pretty blue. Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Klondike Cornelius says, did you hear about the asteroids that are pure diamonds? Yeah. They say certain planets even have diamonds. You know, some planets have plutonium, other planets and stuff have diamonds. So only on Earth are they rare, or we put a value to them anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, tiny sea snails. Who found out that tiny say that 3 times fast. Sea snails have the toughest material are their teeth. Whew. They must be too tiny and small to make use of them.
I know, yeah.
To do something with them.
That's interesting.
I like the color. That bright blue color.
Yeah, that blue is really pretty. I can imagine just, if it was big enough, just one on a necklace. But yeah, they're probably very tiny. She sells sea snails by the seashore. They're supposed to be seashells.
Yeah, that's what Robin said. No one would know that. How would you know that? I don't know. Somebody must have tested them or something.
My.
So I remember this next one. I remember as a kid being talked about how they mummified mummies in Egypt, about the process and all that stuff, but nobody really know exactly how they did it because it was a lost thing. Well, supposedly they just found excavators in Egypt found an exact embalming workshop with labeled jars of the exact substances used to mummify the dead.
Whoa. Why is there a certain jars for certain beings? Because one has looks like St. Christopher or a dog man head. There's different tops. So is there different embalming stuff for different beings? Isn't that interesting?
I think
why are the tops different?
I think it has it for different body parts.
Wow.
Let me see. I think I might have saved the article that went with it. At least I hope I did.
That's the recipe I'm not interested in.
Yeah, embalming.
Wow.
Let's see. Let's see if I saved it. If I saved it, I'll read it to everybody. I should have saved it.
That's definitely a dog man. Dog-headed being.
I might not have copied it over, but I'll maybe next week if I remember, I'll bring it up because I don't think I have it. But it talked about what was actually in the jars and how they were labeled and what they were used for. Huh. I don't think I saved it. Dang it. I know I have it on my tablet though. But yeah, the jars were actually labeled and told exactly, like some of it was for like certain organs and like your heart, your all that stuff, and the brain and the head. So they had exact what the ingredients were that they used for the embalming. And
That's a cool find.
let's see. I think
It's almost been 2 hours already.
has it really?
Yeah.
It's almost midnight.
It always goes by.
How about this? This one's weird. Well, we've talked about before how we think the Knights Templar had John the Baptist's head, severed head of John the Baptist, and certain churches obviously have the.
Good night, Trey.
Oh, good night, Trey.
Yeah, I'll see you around in chats.
My ex-wife used that recipe.
What?
Says I think my ex-wife either could use that recipe or she did. I don't know. But we talk about how certain churches on shows have had, the Shroud of Turin. Some people say that they have like splinters or pieces of the actual cross that Jesus died on.
Right.
This church says they have the skull of Mary Magdalene preserved in a French basilica.
Oh, baloney. I don't think I've heard this. Oh, come on.
So a lot of saints were buried in basilicas inside the. They have them in coffins or tombs inside the, in the basement or under the floor or whatever that they had their resting place.
Wow.
This one has it out on display, saying that they have the skull of Mary Magdalene. So I don't know.
I don't know.
Carrie talked about something about powdered mummies. We mentioned it on one of our Night Out Lounge where actually the Europeans, the UK people, actually got mummies, and they would grind the mummies would be ground up and it would be used as vitamins or supplements.
What a sick world. Well, just like the catacombs. I mean, there's so many mysteries. We're not going to know where all those bodies and skulls and everything came from and how many catacombs there is. And, there's just so many questions, so many mysteries, so many rabbit holes.
So many rabbit holes. All right, let's get to what should we talk about? Let's see. I don't know where you want to go. Want to talk about Lake Michigan shipwrecks, Illinois haunted houses? Maybe the ferries everybody's been seeing on their cameras.
I was just a few seconds ago. I'm looking at some of these cameras because I'm just gonna have, like I said, I'm gonna have to hit record and see if I can just by chance catch one. Now, see, those are moths right there. Whatever I've been seeing has super long legs, and I've never seen anything like that before on the cameras.
Well, I have a screenshot of somebody else's picture that they say this is a fairy that they've been seeing around their house. So some people say it's an insect, other people say it's a fairy.
And that's
I don't know.
That's kind of what I'm seeing on the camera this summer, and I've never seen them in the last 3 years. Whatever I'm seeing has these super long legs.
So I don't know what insect this would be. And I don't know if that's exactly how I would picture a fairy, but that looks like the closest thing to a fairy that I guess could be. I don't know.
I would really like to catch a video and a screenshot to see what this is that I'm seeing. Because even, like I said, even praying mantises don't have super long legs like that. And I don't know, what I'm seeing is just out of proportion, kind of like what this is.
Yeah. I mean, it's got super long legs. So obviously when it's flying, those legs are dangling behind it.
It's a grasshopper from Bug's Life.
Oh, it does look like the grasshopper. Let's see. Brian Barber says, did you hear about the shipwreck in the Great Lakes that they caught a body moving that's been down there for 60 years?
Whoa.
No, I haven't heard about that. And then Jen asked about witchcraft occult in the Midwest. There's a lot of occult stuff going on in the Midwest. Obviously, there's all kinds of secret meetings or groups that get together.
All over, actually.
Yeah, they do. They do rituals in old cemeteries and late at night and on certain days.
That does look like a fairy. That's just so wild.
So we haven't caught ours yet as far as on camera. We're trying to, whatever it is. So it could be a bug. It could be whatever. We don't know, but it does look like that flying by super fast. So it's hard to catch it.
And also praying mantises aren't out. I haven't even seen a baby praying mantis. I think they come out later. Like I say, even, the males fly, but they don't have long legs like that either. We've had these cameras 3 years. We know what the orbs and the rods and the skyfish and all these other weird things look like. And I've seen all kinds of moths. You can see the wings flutter, but having long legs kind of dangling behind, kind of going like this, I kind of went, what the heck was that? And I've seen it a few times.
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody's saying mozzies and hominy cricket, the hybrid headed children. Huh.
And what's and I was going to say some bugs are just around during the day and there's certain ones just at night. But what's that lime green one? Is that a katydid?
They're katydids or
they're lime green and they're long, but they don't even have these long legs.
So I don't know.
People are saying, is there new insects and stuff like that? I don't know.
If we find one or figure out what it is, or if there's an actual insect that looks like that, we'll let you know. But I have no idea.
But it's baffled me the last couple of weeks seeing these. And I'm seeing them on different cameras. I saw one on the front porch one night. Don't know.
All right, let's do.
Oh yeah, when we had Brian Sawyer on, remember he was telling us about the fairy.
Yeah,
that went up and kind of looked at him funny. Yeah,
well, I don't think what he described looked like this.
Right.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think this is something totally different. I don't know.
Well, what I might have to do is when I'm watching the 13 cameras, if I do see one, I'm still learning all this crazy equipment. I'm going to have to get him down here because we can get on the main box go to that camera and scroll back and find it. But we may have to do it that way.
It goes by so fast, it'll probably be blurry, or it'll probably be hard to get a good image off of it, but we can try.
Yeah, they're not coming up to the camera and going, hello. Not yet, anyway.
So Brian says the SS Kamloops and Old Whitey. So is it the ocean or the current or anything moving the body inside the ship, Brian? Yeah, Robin says, Brian's Ferry said, we've heard about you.
Yeah, we got to get him back on.
Let's go with shipwrecks in Lake Michigan. So here it says Lake Michigan turned crystal clear turquoise in April of 2015. A Coast Guard helicopter crew spotted something incredible on patrol.
Whoa.
Complete century-old shipwreck set visible on the lake floor below them. The James McBride was a 121-foot brig that sank in 1857. It rested in 5 to 15 foot of water. Nearby, the Rising Sun wrecked in 1917 with all 32 aboard rescued. The lake holds an estimate 1,500 shipwrecks and several remain unidentified.
Wow.
So I have a small list of shipwrecks that was from this article. So we had the Alva Bradley 1894, the Congress in 1904, Flying Cloud 1892, Walter L. Frost 1903, William T. Graves 1885, General Taylor 1862, the James McBride, which that article was talking about, 1857. Montauk. I didn't know there was
Montauk.
1882.
Oh.
H.D. Moore, 1907. Francisco Morazan, 1960. P.J. Ralph, 1924. The Rising Sun, the article mentioned that one, 1917. Supply, 1869. And then Three Brothers. And I don't know why it's called the Three Brothers, but 1911. So I think. All right. I copied some of these. Let's see if I can make this bigger.
Ooh.
So it says the Francisco Morazan, the ocean-going freighter, was built in 1922 and was lost in a snowstorm in November 29th, 1960. This 247-foot package freighter ran aground on the rocks off the south end of Manitou Island. The broken hull now rests in a very shallow water of a few hundred yards from the shore. The novice level site permits easy access to the hull and associated debris. So I don't know if you're allowed to go down there, and if it's in such a shallow area, if you're allowed to get some of the packages or whatever it had on board. Wow. I don't know if you're allowed to.
Probably not.
Because you think it had already been emptied by now by people. So here's a Walter L. Frost 235-foot wooden steamer was lost when she ran aground November 4th, 1903 on South Manitou Island. So I think all these are around the Manitou area. This whole article talks about Manitou. She is now broken up largely because the Morazan ran aground on top of her. So the other ship ran on top of this ship. The Frost, being in shallow waters about 12 feet, offers explorers an ideal view of her remaining hull, boilers, and related artifacts. So it must be protected where you can't take anything, I guess, I would assume. Or somebody would have already taken.
Yeah, I would think so.
The Alva Bradley was a three-mast schooner, 192 foot long, launched at Cleveland, Ohio in 1870. She was lost in the gale of October 13, 1894. The wreck of the schooner was discovered in 1990 in about 20 to 27 feet of water between North and South Manitou Islands.
Wow.
This largely intact wreck affords access to her cargo, steel billets, and many maritime artifacts. Remains of her rigging and more artifacts lie about 200 yards northeast of the hull. So most of these are in real shallow water. 20 to 27 feet of water is not bad. Some of them are like 10 feet, 20 feet of water. Whew. So here's the three brothers. First launched in 1888 as the May Dur, the Three Brothers was a 160-foot long steamer. She beached on September 27th, 1911 on the lee side of South Manitou Island. She was abandoned to the weather, and the combination of winter storms and shifting sand quickly buried her. In 1996, the weather shifted the sands, revealing a near-perfect shipwreck easily accessible from the beach.
Wow.
While her bow is broken, the stern is intact. The hull is filled with sand. The site is very desirable novice site with depths of 5 to 45 feet. So here, the Congress is a 265-foot wood steamer. The Congress, built in 1867, caught fire at South Manitou Island on October 4th, 1904. Most of the stern was engulfed in flames when she sank in about 165 feet of water. The ship's superstructure can be reached at about 135 feet. The bow portion is largely intact. Some cabins can be penetrated. Her engines, boilers, and deck equipment are present. The Montauk, stranded on North Manitou Island on November 23rd, 1882. The remains of the 137-foot schooner rest in about 35 feet of water. So that's quite a few of them that you can go and scuba dive to, I would think. Supply, 132-foot brig rigged vessel, was built in 1855 at Buffalo, New York. In November 1869, she stranded on North Manitou Island. The debris of the ship and her cargo of bricks now lay into 8 to 10 feet of water. So if you want to go look at some 1869 bricks, you can go check out that ship. H.D. Moore. The Moore was a 103-foot schooner that was stranded at Gull Point, South Manitou Island on September 10th, 1907. Her wreckage is scattered in shallow waters 10 to 12 feet deep.
A lot of Manitou area.
I think these are all Manitou, but so this is like what, maybe 10 ships that we're talking about that are wrecked.
But they're not really explaining if it was a storm or anything. They're just
some of them were, some of them like wow. The ones that they caught fire. They hit sandbars. They hit rocks. Yeah.
That's wild.
The one ran on top of the other wrecked ship, so it was shipwrecked. But this area, you can obviously, if you're a scuba diver like this one, 10 to 12 feet deep.
Wonder if there's a connection with the sirens and the mermaids that are being seen.
Oh,
could they be causing some of these shipwrecks?
They very well could be.
Because look at all the reports of the sirens and the mermaids.
So this is this one section,
wow,
of the Great Lakes, Lake Michigan, and there's 1,500 known
1,000
shipwrecks.
Wow.
So here's let me show this. So here's a small map of this area of Manitou Bay. So there's North Manitou
okay.
Island.
All right.
So there's the Montauk, there's the Supply, there's Alva Bradley, H.D. Moore, Williams Grave.
Wow.
So then you go down to the South Manitou Island, you have the Congress. So it looks like they were all trying to approach the island, and most of them wrecked for whatever reason.
Yeah, a lot of them are close to the.
So
Wow.
over here on this side, and there's ports and stuff, that they have, and
The Flying Cloud.
so there's the James McBride, the Flying Cloud. I don't think we talked about the Flying Cloud, did we?
Mm-hmm.
The Rising Sun.
Now, Brian says people live on those islands.
Oh, I'm sure. So this is only one little area of Lake Michigan. So if you can imagine, so if you look at this down here, I think it's just this little section right here that we're talking about. So you have that whole Great Lake of Lake Michigan.
Yeah, I heard a lot of those lighthouses are haunted.
Yeah. Well, the one lighthouse, I can't remember. I think it's on the East Coast where the light keepers, there was 3 men there and they disappeared. So they're dropped off and they spend X amount of time there, whether it's a month, 3 months, or however, I don't know how long. So they take care of the light and the lighthouse while they're there. They had contact with them, and then the boat coming in with the new people that were going to relieve them so they could spend the night at the lighthouse or on their duty, and then the other ones would leave on the boat. They had contact with them, and then the day the boat showed up to pick them up, they were gone. They were missing. Let's see, it's midnight now.
12:08.
Trying to think what else we should talk about.
Yeah, we could probably do a show just on haunted lighthouses.
Oh, you could, absolutely.
Yeah. A lot of stories. Oh, Brian says there's Bigfoot areas in that little square as well.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, some of these islands and stuff, there's probably all kinds of stuff that we don't know about.
Well, same with the Illinois River. We've got all these tiny little islands, and some of the reports of seeing Bigfoot on, in our area, or on these tiny little islands.
Well, we talk about the one sighting that was 2 miles south of us on the Illinois River. That is when it's off of one of those little islands or nature preserve. They call them like Fame and Gish fish and game preserves. Well, these 2 fishermen that were out late evening on the river, either coming in back from fishing or going out for night fishing. I can't remember how the story went, but they saw a huge adult Bigfoot and looked like a mother or a female Bigfoot and 3 little ones. So it was like a family or a small clan of Bigfoot that they saw on the Illinois River. And by the time they thought it was strange, and then they thought they'd circle back. And by the time they came back around, they were gone. But it looked like the family were out there in the, I don't want to say bog, but in the backwaters where there's plants and fish, that are trapped in from the main channel of the river. It flows into those back areas, and that's where these fishermen, because the water was evidently high enough for them to go back behind the islands where it's not accessible all year round, and that's where they had their sighting at. So that was roughly 2.5 miles from our town on the Illinois River.
And where we're at, we're about a mile and a half from the river ourselves.
Yeah.
And I hear weird activity over in that area. 11:11. Yeah, for you. It's 12:11 here.
What?
What? 11:11.
11:11. Let's see. We just had the 4th of July, so let's talk about some 4th of July ghosts.
4th of July
Well,
ghosts.
not necessarily 4th of July, but they're they're tied into with the Independence Day. Let's put it that way. So let's find them. Where did I put them at? All right. Let me check a folder here and all right, let's go with the first one.
Yeah, is it tied to Saturday in the park too?
Saturday in the park. No. Could be. There is one that's in a park. Let's see. Let's go with this. What if one of America's first ladies never truly left the White House? So this says, long before the White House became the center of American power, it was still unfinished building surrounded by muddy roads and swampy ground. When First Lady Abigail Adams moved in with her husband, President John Adams, in 1800, conditions were far from luxurious. With much of the building still under construction, the large East Room was one of the few dry spaces available. Abigail reportedly used it to hang the family's laundry, turning the grand room into a giant drying area. More than 2 centuries later, strange reports continue to surround the East Room. White House staff, visitors, and even members of later administrations have claimed to see the ghostly figure of Abigail Adams walking through the halls. Witness describes her moving purposely towards the East Room with her hands outreached as though she is still carrying a basket full of freshly washed clothes. Even stranger, some reports claim that her appearance is accompanied by a faint scent of soap and damp laundry lingering in the air. So there you go. One of the first ladies is still doing laundry in the White House and never truly left, or did she? That's how they're saying it in the article. So here's another one. Is one of America's former presidents still haunting the White House? And that looks like Andrew Jackson to me. We'll have to see. Is it Andrew Jackson?
Now, did they die in the White House?
No, not all of them died in the White House, but they were obviously spent their most memorable years were probably in the White House, being presidents, first ladies. It would be a familiar place for them to haunt if they didn't cross over. So this says, long before modern ghost stories filled the internet, one former U.S. president was already earning a reputation of one of the White House's most active spirits. The ghost of Andrew Jackson is said to haunt the Rose Room, a bedroom believed to have had been his favorite during his time in office. Visitors and residents have reported a strange atmosphere in the room, often describing feelings of anger, unease, and overwhelming presence. According to White House legends, Jackson's spirit is known for loud stomping footsteps, booming laughter, and even bursts of furious swearing echoing through the halls. So there you go. One of the earliest witnesses was First Lady Mary Todd Lincoln, who claimed she frequently heard Jackson pacing the corridors and cursing loudly with no living person was there. Years later, President Harry Truman added fuel to the mystery in a letter to his wife. He wrote that he would sit in the study and listen to the ghosts walking up and down the hallway, specifically mentioning Andrew Jackson among the spirits believed to remain in the White House. So there you go. Andrew Jackson haunts the White House, hangs out in the Rose Room. So you can go online, you can look up where these rooms were in the White House. We have Lincoln's room. I think it's the yellow room. Then we have Andrew Jackson, like the Rose Room. So this one, let's see. I keep messing up and hitting the wrong button, and I get rid of my window. So I got to keep bringing it up. So what if one of America's founding fathers never left Independence Hall? So this is in Philadelphia, Independence Hall. So this is still part of the Independence theme. So let's bring this up to see what they say about him. So few buildings in America carry as much history as Independence Hall. It was here that the Declaration of Independence was debated and adopted, and where the U.S. Constitution was later signed, helping shape the nation we know today. But according to local legend, one of the American founding fathers still may be keeping watch over the historic building. For decades, park rangers, security staff, night watchmen have reported strange encounters linked to the spirit of Benjamin Franklin. Witnesses claim that they have seen ghostly figure resembling Franklin standing near his old desk and quietly wandering on a cobblestone plaza outside after dark. Some reports described an even stranger detail, that unmistakable smell of pipe tobacco lingering in the air despite no one being nearby.
Makes you wonder if they're still getting current reports.
Oh, I'm sure they are. So we'll come. I got a few more, but we'll come back because I got something else that ties into this that we didn't talk about. So here is
look at a deer behind the barn.
Really?
I haven't seen a deer in about several weeks.
So this is Oak Gale ink. And if you've never heard of Oak Gale ink, it is made from this nut or this fruit from this tree, the oak gale. I don't know if I have any more pictures of it or not, but anyway, this ink, this was made from this fruit, and believe it or not, at the time of the U.S. Constitution, the ink that they used was made from this oak gale ink, this oak gale fruit. They ground it up and added other stuff to it, but the coloring and the ink came from this oak tree. So I just thought, since we're talking about Independence Hall and Benjamin Franklin and the U.S. Constitution, that this story ties in with the oak gale ink that they used to sign the Declaration of Independence.
Don't eat our corn.
Which camera is he on?
You can barely see him on the night color camera right now. He's in between the kids' blue corn and the windmill. He's right by Sasquatch.
Really?
Yeah, and I hope he don't go over there and start nibbling on our sweet corn or the kids' corn. Yeah, you can still see the light bulbs. Yeah, he's right there where the Sasquatch is in the garden.
We have a Sasquatch in our garden?
We have a Sasquatch in our garden. Well, I haven't seen a deer in probably 6-7 weeks. And there was one by
I
itself.
think he's right here.
See, now you can see him. I can see it said he or she. I was hoping I'd see a baby with it, but no, it's a deer by itself.
Huh.
It's so wild that they're independent in the summer and stuff, and in the wintertime, they all herd up together. But you don't see a deer that often in the summer. It's mainly just in the wintertime that they show up almost every night. Yeah, just don't eat our corn. You can eat the weeds. Go ahead and eat the weeds. He's still sitting.
Doesn't look like there's any wind out there right now.
No, there's not much breeze.
So there's the metal Sasquatch that Jane's talking about being in our garden. Oh, it's starting to move.
Don't go after my sweet corn. It's just now starting to produce ears.
I don't see him no more. It must be either he's bent down eating something or.
Yeah, and the night color don't go. I mean, I like these night colors, but you can't move them. You know, they're just there.
Right. All right. We'll do some more Independence Day ghost. I have a few more to do.
4th of July ghosts.
Let's see. Where do we leave off at? Benjamin Franklin, right?
Yeah.
So here we have deep in the forests of Camp David, a mysterious figure still stands watch after dark. So here it says, hidden deep within the forests of Maryland lies Camp David, the secluded presidential retreat used by American presidents for decades. Known for hosting world leaders, historic peace talks, the presidential family holidays, it is also home to one of America's lesser-known ghost stories. Originally built in the 1930s as camp of federal employees before being transformed into the secure presidential retreat, Camp David has long been surrounded by tales of unexplained activity. According to reports from staff members and Secret Service agents over the years, a mysterious figure dressed as a Revolutionary War soldier has been seen patrolling the wood boundaries of the property. Witnesses describe spotting the lone soldier silently moving through the trees before disappearing in the darkness without a trace. Some believe the apparition could be connected to soldiers who once traveled through the region during the American Revolutionary War. Others think it may simply be a legend passed down among generations of employees working in one of the most secure locations in the United States. Whether it is actually ghost or enduring campfire tales, the story adds another layer to mystery of the place already hidden from public view. Yeah, Robin, these I'm getting these stories off of Facebook from Nightfall. So you can look them up online. I forgot to mention that at the beginning. All these ghost stories, they had a small segment where they made all these images and typed out the stories for us. So that's what I'm reading from. So I'm sorry I forgot to mention it is from Nightfall.
We got a coon.
You got a coon.
Critter cam. I lost a deer. I don't know if it went over in the neighbor's yard or where it wandered.
Oh.
That was neat. Don't see a deer too often in the summer.
So here's another one. What if the original owner of the White House never left? Did we already do this one? I don't think so. This must be George Washington. No, George Washington.
The original owner of the White House.
Oh, this is the guy that owned the land that the White House was built on. That's right.
Oh. All right.
Did you know the White House may be haunted by the man who once owned the land beneath it? Long before the White House was built, the land belonged to David Burns, a stubborn and wealthy landowner who famously resisted selling the property to the government. Eventually, the land became part of the site where the president's residence now stands. According to White House legend, Burns never truly left. Over the years, several people have claimed to hear a mysterious voice whispering, "I'm Mr. Burns," in the second floor yellow oval.
Oh my.
The eerie voice is said to appear without warning, leaving witnesses puzzled and unsettling. Was it the lingering spirit of a man determined to remind everyone that the White House stands on what once was his land, or simply another chapter in the long list of ghosts surrounding America's most famous residents?
Makes you wonder, did he really sell the land or did they take it from him and that's why he's haunting it?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question.
Mr. Burns.
Mr. Burns, not the one from The Simpsons. Let's see. I think I have a couple more. Here is one of the White House's strangest ghost stories, still refusing to die. This one says, do you know one of the White House most famous ghost stories involves a first lady protecting her garden long after her death?
Oh.
Dolly Madison, the wife of President James Madison, is often credited with establishing what became the White House Rose Garden. So we always hear the Rose Garden where they give press conferences and they hold the Easter egg hunt and all that stuff in the Rose Garden. So this is what we're talking about. According to legend, during President Woodrow Wilson's administration's plans were made to remove and relocate the historic garden. As the story goes, workers arrived to begin the task only to encounter the furious apparition of Dolly Madison herself. Witness claimed her ghost appeared among the roses, glaring at those attempting to disturb the grounds. Terrified, the workers abandoned the project. So there you go. She's out there protecting the rose garden.
And it has to be a full moon in the background too.
Oh. Yeah, were they working at night?
Right.
So that's Dolly Madison.
I want a Dolly Madison.
Oh, Dolly Madison.
Yeah.
How about, would you walk through Washington Square after midnight?
No.
What?
I don't think I'd walk through it during the day these days.
So it says the guardian of Washington Square. Beneath the peaceful pathways of Washington Square lies a far darker history. The park is believed to contain the remains of thousands of unidentified Revolutionary War soldiers and victims of devastating yellow fever outbreaks.
No.
So the park actually is like a cemetery.
Oh. Yeah.
Among the many ghost stories connected to the site, one legend stands above the rest. Visitors and ghost hunters speak of a woman known as Elizabeth, a Quaker nurse who dedicated her life to caring for wounded and dying soldiers during America's darkest period. According to local lore, her compassion did not end with her death. Many believe Elizabeth's Spirit still walks the ground after dark, silently watching over the forgotten dead buried beneath the park. Unlike many ghostly legends, she is not feared. Instead, she is remembered as a protective presence, a guardian ensuring that those without names are never truly alone.
And of course, they had to put a full moon in that one again.
Yeah.
Always a full moon to make it creepy.
Well, you gotta have. I mean, it's a ghost story. So Elizabeth still walks the park to take care of the soldiers and those who have died. So, how about night shift personnel say they weren't alone inside Wyoming's military base?
Oh.
So, the ghost of F.E. Warren Air Force Base. Deep beneath the wide opening skies of Wyoming sits one of America's most important military installations, F.E. Warren Air Force Base. Home to nuclear missiles operations, but long before missiles stood guard here, the site was known as Fort D.A. Russell, a bustling U.S. cavalry outpost on the American frontier. According to military legend, one former cavalryman never left. His name is Gus. So
Gus.
This is the ghost's name is Gus. For decades,
Gus.
security personnel and night shift workers have reported strange encounters with a mysterious figure dressed in full 19th century cavalry uniform. Witnesses claim to have seen him calmly walking down deserted hallways before disappearing without a trace. But Gus is not known for simply wandering the base. Personnel have reported furniture mysteriously moving on its own, locked doors suddenly open, unexplained footsteps echoing through empty buildings in the dead of night. Some even believe Gus enjoys playing practical jokes on unexpected airmen working at late shift.
Gus quarters.
So there you go. Gus the cavalry, 19th century cavalry man.
Gus would be a good goat name.
Gus would be a good goat name.
Mm-hmm. Gus. Dum dum dum.
Bum, bum, bum. Oh, Blazer says Gus quarters.
Yeah, Gus quarters.
So this says this is America's most convincing battlefield ghost story.
Ooh.
So the ghost soldiers of Gettysburg Slaughter Pen. One of the most chilling paranormal hotspots in America lies among the boulders of Gettysburg and famous Slaughter Pen. Hi, Tina C.
Hi, Tina. I'm just now reading what Blazer was saying. Legend states he was an enlisted man caught in bed with a commanding officer's wife while scrambling to escape the angry husband through a second-story window he accidentally got tangled in.
Oh, that's not what that story said, but I've never heard that.
And hello, Tina.
So this says during the Battle of Gettysburg in July 1863, this rocky area became deadly killing grounds where Union and Confederate soldiers fought and died in brutal close combat. Bloodshed was so intense that the landscape earned its grim nickname, the Slaughter Pen.
Oh, wow.
More than 160 years later, visitors continue to report eerie encounters among the rocks. Numerous tourists claim to have photographed or filmed mysterious translucent figures dressed in tattered blue or gray military uniforms. Witnesses often describe seeing these ghostly soldiers slightly moving through the battlefields before suddenly vanishing into thin air. Some visitors report hearing distant gunfire, shouted commands, or faint sounds of marching boots when no one else is around. Others speak of overwhelming feeling of sadness and being watched while exploring the area. So there you go. You got the most highly haunted Gettysburg slaughter pen. Let's see. I don't know if I have another one or not. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I do. We do have another one. U.S. military's most haunted building may be hiding in Okinawa. Let's see what this one has to say.
Wow.
Samurai ghost of Kadena Air Base.
A samurai ghost.
Yeah, so this is in Okinawa, Japan. So known as Building 2528, the structure gained a chilling reputation among military, police, and personnel stationed there. Reports began to circulate of a ghostly samurai warrior silently walking through the corridors, appearing without warning before vanishing into thin air. But the sightings did not stop there. Those who worked inside claimed faucets would suddenly turn on by themselves. Lights reportedly flickered violently without explanation. Let's see. Some personnel even refused to enter certain areas of the building alone after dark. The stories became so widespread that the building eventually fell out of regular use and was reportedly regulated to storage purposes only. When it's simply an old building suffering from electrical or plumbing problems, could the spirit long forgotten warriors still be wandering the grounds of ancient Okinawan history meets modern military life?
Wow.
And it says building 2528 remains one of the most talked about paranormal legends connecting to the U.S. military installation. So you could go there and see a ghost of a samurai soldier.
That reminds me of John Belushi.
Guards swear they heard it, but saw nothing. The Phantom Kassan of Arlington. What would you do if you were standing guard at dead of night, suddenly heard an unmistakable sound of horse hooves approaching through the darkness? One of the most chilling stories associated with Arlington National Cemetery is a legend of the Phantom Kassan. The Kassan is a horse-drawn military wagon traditionally used to carry the caskets of fallen service members during funeral processions. During the quiet hours of the night, guards and personnel have reported hearing the eerie clopping of horse hooves and the metallic squeal of wagon wheels moving along the road near the Memorial Amphitheater.
Wow.
The strange part, no horses are present, no funeral ceremonies are taking place. Sounds are often described so clear and realistic that witnesses have looked around expecting to see a procession passing by. Some believe the ghostly sounds are echoes of countless military funerals held at the sacred grounds over the years. Others think that the Phantom Kassan may be carrying the spirits of soldiers on one final journey. So this is one of my favorite stories, or it makes me laugh anyway. White House has many secrets, but this one may be the strangest. The night Winston Churchill met Abraham Lincoln's ghost. The White House is more than just home of American presidents. For generations, it's also been the center of some of the most famous ghost stories in the world. One of the strangest tales comes from World War II and involves British Prime Minister Winston Churchill. According to the story, Churchill was just enjoyed a hot bath after a long day of wartime discussions. Completely naked and smoking one of his famous cigars, he walked into his bedroom at the White House. There, standing beside the fireplace, was the ghost of Abraham Lincoln. Rather than panic, Churchill reportedly responded with a typical British wit. "Good evening, Mr. President. You seem to have me at a disadvantage." The story claims that Lincoln smiled before slowly fading away. Whether the encounter really happened or remains a matter of debate. However, Churchill is said to have been so unsettled by the experience that he refused to sleep in that room again.
Oh, my.
Lincoln's spirit has long been linked to the White House, with numerous presidents, first ladies, staff members, guests claiming to have sensed his presence over the years. Now, I thought the yellow room was Lincoln's room, and a lot of people see it when they stay there. When I read this, did it say what room he was in?
I don't recall.
No, I don't think it says what room, but I thought Abraham Lincoln liked the yellow room. I thought that was his favorite room. I could be wrong. So there you go. That'd be funny. Maybe not funny to Churchill at the time, but it's funny that he's naked, smoking a cigar, and there's Abraham Lincoln watching him.
He's butt naked.
So that's the last one I have for.
Wow. I almost got us to 3 hours.
So you can look up, like Robin mentioned, I forgot to say at the very beginning, you can look up Nightfall Legends on Facebook, and they have these kind of stories and other strange stuff. So did I miss any good comments while I was reading?
They're just talking about this place haunted, and that place is haunted, and that place is creepy.
Oh, yeah. We can go. Well, we got 15 minutes. We'll probably end it at 1 o'clock our time. So let's talk. Let's go ahead and do the haunted Illinois.
Abraham Lincoln's ghost is most famously associated with the Lincoln bedroom and the yellow oval room in the White House.
All right. I know people talk about wanting to experience the yellow room or Lincoln's bedroom, and they always talk about the yellow room. All right, let's talk about some Illinois most haunted before we see what else we want to do.
I know there's a cemetery in Spring Valley. That's well known.
That did not make the list.
Really? Oh.
But we've talked about that cemetery before.
Yeah, I heard it on a podcast years ago, and I don't remember what podcast. Oh, good Lord, that does look haunted. Oh, I would not want to be in the upper floor.
Oh,
it looks like somebody's looking out the one on the left.
What? Oh, it does.
Oh, ew. That one gives me bad vibes. I bet that was a mental home, wasn't it?
Yeah, you can read it at the top. It says
okay.
Memorial State Hospital, Bartonville, which is now torn down.
Wow.
But that's been a hot spot. It's been on many paranormal shows, the Bartonville State Hospital, and they even some people wanted to buy it before they tore it down, and they wanted to make it a haunted house, a year-round haunted house where you can go. go into a haunted house and still experience apparitions and ghosts of the asylum people or the sick people that were there and died. So it's just like any of the other stories. They always talk about how bad the environment was, how they treated the patients, especially in the early days. And so there's a lot of bad mojo going on in this.
Joliet has haunted cookies.
Oh,
Hi,
hey Corey.
Welcome in.
So that's number 10 on the list. Number 9 is Manitou State Hospital, another state hospital, Manitou, Illinois. It's the same deal.
All these insane asylums were huge.
Well, they call them state hospitals because the sick and the mentally ill went there. So you didn't have to necessarily be mentally ill, but most times when they said that you were sick, they considered you mentally ill to be put in one of these places. But it's the same thing. The treatment of the people and how they died and the harsh treatments and some of the, some of the water treatments almost was like torture to some of these mental patients. So there's always that bad energy, that horrible energy in all these places like this.
Mm-hmm.
Congress Plaza Hotel, Chicago, Illinois. So this is a famous hotel, and there was all kinds of murders and mishaps and missing people happening in this hotel. A lot of celebrities stayed here. Some of them died. A lot of famous reports of people being murdered, from gang members and
mafia.
Well, yeah. When I said gang members, I meant like Al Capone and that era. A lot of famous cases in there.
Wow.
Bachelor Groves in middle of Fayette, Illinois. This is one of the most haunted cemeteries, and I've heard of this story, particularly if you go to Bachelor's Grove, and it doesn't happen all the time. It's only a by chance thing, or maybe a certain time of the year. You go there, and people say they see a house all of a sudden appear out of a mist. So the house isn't visible all the time, but all of a sudden an apparition or all of a sudden a house appears, an old farmhouse, and they have evidently people walking around in it and doing stuff inside the house. But as soon as you get close enough, you can never get to the house or it disappears.
Oh, that's weird. I've never heard of this one. Wow.
So it's almost like a time glitch, but it's a house, not a person or an apparition, but it does have apparitions in it.
Wow.
So evidently this area for Bachelor's Grove, there was this mansion or big giant house, and now appears to some people. And there's many stories online of people saying they've went there and they've seen the house, and they try to get to it and it goes away, or they go back on other days and it's not there.
Wow.
Resurrection Cemetery, Justice, Illinois. So people always talk about Resurrection Mary. There's a lot of Resurrection Mary or similar type stories of the gal walking along the road and gets picked up as a hitchhiker, and people try to take her home or whatever, and she usually disappears right outside Resurrection Cemetery, or she has them stop outside the cemetery. Then she says, "Okay, I'll just walk from here," and she vanishes. And then they realize they're right outside Resurrection Cemetery. So that's where Resurrection Mary lives. She was supposedly, the story is she got in a fight with her boyfriend or fiance at a dance, when barn dances were popular at the time, when they went to dancing halls. And so she left all sad and angry and was walking along the highway and got hit by a car. And she passed away. And now they say that a woman in a white dress is walking the highway, and a lot of times the first one that was reported in the news was a cab driver picked her up. A guy in a taxi picked her up, and that's when she disappeared right there at Resurrection Cemetery. Then there was a businessman that encountered her, and there's been all kinds of reports where people say they see her walking along the highway. Sometimes she gets picked up, and she always disappears outside the cemetery. And sometimes you'll see a picture of her. They say she might appear as like holding a lantern or maybe a candle for light at night. You'll see her walking along and have a little glow to her because of a candle or a lantern. But a lot of other places throughout the U.S. have Resurrection Mary or similar stories to this. Ashmore Estates.
Whoa.
So this isn't too awful far from us. I mean, it's still quite a ways, but this is one of the most haunted estates. It was an actual family farm, and then it turned in, like during the Depression or after that, it turned into like a poor farm where people in debt would have to go and work to pay off their debts. So it became a poorhouse. When people always talked about being in a poorhouse, this is what they talked about. It was like a state institution where you went and you worked the farm, did chores to pay off your debt.
Pretty nice farmhouse.
Or you served time. It was a big mansion, a big popular,
wow.
I won't say popular, a big wealthy family originally owned it. Then it changed hands and became part of the state's. And then it became a mental institution over time. So not only was it a poor farm for people who are hard on their luck and had to go somewhere to pay off their debt, but then it also became a mental institution where they, like we talked about earlier, debtor's prison. Poor farm, debtor's prison. Cuba Road, Barrington, Illinois. So that's down south in Illinois, and all kinds of apparitions, dogmen, Bigfoot, cryptids, ghosts, you name it. People have talked about the white dog running alongside cars on this highway, this road, this country. I think it's a state road or a county road. I'm not positive. But many, many tales of ghosts and weird stuff showing up alongside this road as people drive down it at night. So that's Cuba Road in Barrington, Illinois. Hull House in Chicago, Illinois.
Robin wants to know about what year was that house built, the brick debt one. Probably 1800s, built in 1 year.
Yeah, I think it was there for a long time. It was not that Illinois had plantations, but it was almost like that type of house. So I'm assuming the late 1700s, early 1800s. I'd have to look it up for sure. I used to have a slide on it when we talked about haunted houses. That one always came up.
A lot of the insane asylums were brick mansions.
I mean, poor houses, that was back in the 1800s. So Hull House is almost the same thing. It's Chicago. Big wealthy family had this. They had a business, and there was obviously it was mysteries about people disappearing. Once again, people being murdered. A family murder happened in this house, and it's been haunted ever since by family members and other weird activities. So here's Joliet Prison. So if anybody's ever watched the Blues Brothers movies,
yeah,
John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd, they come out of the release from Joliet State Prison. But not only that, this prison, once again, the treatment of the prisoners, and it's old. You can see it almost looks like a castle.
Yeah.
But the treatment and the environment was so horrible in Joliet prison that prisoners obviously would die or sometimes be executed in the old prison. and there's all kinds of ghosts. We're on a mission.
We're on a mission from God.
Yeah, the penguin told us. So there was a lot of famous gangsters and people they got sent to Joliet prison. Like I said, they still had execution during this time period. I think Joliet prison is now closed. I think last I knew you could still go there on haunted ghost tours, and you can take tours of the prison if you want to go see it. I don't think they tore it down yet. I think it's still up in Joliet.
I was going to ask if it's torn down yet. Ugh.
McPike Mansion, Alton, Illinois. If Carl was still in the chat, I think he'd be able to tell you about this because he goes to Alton, Illinois quite a bit.
You know what that house looks like?
What?
Going into Princeton and they go the back way by the vet.
It does look like that house.
Yes, right before that single bridge. That looks just like that house right there.
If we go to Princeton, we'll take a picture of that house and we'll compare it to this slide.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Alcatraz in California, exactly, Robin. So almost the same kind of deal.
Wow.
They said the treatment of the prisoners were horrible and they still had executions going on there. And so there's a lot of hauntedness going on.
Boy, they built beautiful homes back in the old days. Give me a break.
So this is the same thing. Mike McPike Mansion, Alton, Illinois. Same thing. Ghost stories, all kinds of stuff. But this one seems to have not only family members, but visitors that mysteriously died, and servants are still there. You can hear people walking up and down the stairs and in the hallways. So it's the same kind of ghost stories we're all talking about. So all these places you can look up online and find stories about them. Yeah, it looks like a plantation home. A lot of these, I don't think we really necessarily had plantations, but we had big landowners in Illinois that had big houses for their time. So that is the last one. That's number one for most haunted in Illinois. But see, this one, let me go back. I think this is a side view of the same house that was on the one that you talked about at the very beginning. This house. I think this is the front view of that house.
Wow.
Well, that was the last one for the haunted houses. Wow, it's almost 1 o'clock. Well, I think we'll go ahead and end it here. I think we covered quite a bit tonight. I know I had fun. I hope you guys had fun. So once again, thank you everybody for hanging out. Well, I'll wait a minute or two for Jane to come back on.
Cough attack.
Cough attack? What, yeah. Take a bad hit or what?
No. Just got a dry tickle.
So I was just, you probably heard, I was just saying goodbye to everybody. Thanks for coming. We love you guys. Thanks for all the input.
And I can't do my heart anymore, but I can still do it. Boop.
You can still make the heart. You
still make the heart.
You don't get the little effects. Oh, I hear tippy toes.
Yeah, she woke up too. I think my sneezing and
coughing.
And then coughing. Yeah, because I sneezed and then coughed. Finally woke her up from her coma.
So I we'll have to see what we got going on next week. I don't know if we have a show coming up Sunday. We have a guest scheduled, but I have not been able to contact them or get a hold of them to make sure they're still on for Sunday. So you may see us Sunday.
And they may
pop up on Piercing the Veil at 7 p.m. Central, or I don't know what's going to happen yet.
If not, you never know. We might pop on Jessica's at the last minute, and we're always a fill-in in case you need somebody. If not, we'll be around in everybody's chats, and more likely.
Yep, there you go. Robin reminded us. Mark Green will be on Jessica's tomorrow night, and I think Mark Green and somebody else is going to be there. But we were just on there last night talking about Jake the Snake, the Bigfoot hunter, and we talked about what was the other thing we talked about?
It was devils.
Oh yeah, wood devils.
Wood devils, yeah, wood devils, which I've never heard of. That was something totally new for me last night.
So if you'd like to find more similar content and guests like we do on our shows, please go over to Jessica, the Cryptid Huntress, and check out her channel, and you'll see us on there and many, many other guests and great stories. She always covers such great, phenomenal stories and subject matter, cryptids and paranormal and all kinds of stuff.
I see a dog butt.
You see a dog butt? Yep, I do see a dog butt.
And her little hook tail. What are you doing over there? Hey, Keisha. Keisha. She hears you.
Yeah, she hears me. Keisha.
Why is the door shut? I can't go see Dad.
So once again, everybody, thank you for coming. We love you guys. It's been fun hanging out with you. I hope you enjoyed the stuff that we ramble on about. And we love your guys' comments. So please give us a thumbs up, a like, whatever. If you can hype the video afterwards or leave us a comment, we appreciate it. It helps our algorithm. Other than that, hopefully we'll see you Sunday if our guest actually
contacts us,
and we'll figure that out.
And yeah, we love you guys. We're family. We really appreciate all you guys hanging out with us and just having fun.
Hey, JoJo, I don't know if I saw you earlier.
Yeah, she's been here.
All right. Well, I've been reading stuff and looking at I can't look at chat all the time.
Yeah, so we love you guys too.
All right. Love you guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Keep looking up.
And keep your vibrations high.